Well, YouTube hasn't been able to hear any of this. But it was recorded and it'll be on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
I don't know if there was somebody trying to learn to use OBS before we came in here and they muted the sound. Thank you, whoever you were, short-haired lady. Rhymefest, do you want to say that again? The important part.
the wisdom there at the end. Do you remember it?
Yo,
radio,
man, I was
folks.
freestyling wisdom, bro.
Again, live radio. This is what you.
All right, no, basically.
Also, thank you, Nikki, for telling us.
Yeah, basically, I was talking about the album Love Lessons that's I'm preparing to come out with. It talks about the story of me, Black Thought, and Fonte forming a rap group, and then the rap group broke up, and it's the album and it's the book. The book is what's going to tell the story. The album basically has everybody that's a part of the story on it. Okay. So I got a song with like Common and Jesse Jackson, and in the book I tell a story about things that happened between us. I tell a story about how I got fired off a world tour with Jazzy Jeff because I was in the mountain with the monks sipping tea at the highest altitude, and I had such a bro. They showed me the real Tomb Raider pyramid, like the real stuff, and so now I go back to perform with Jeff, and I forgot all the lyrics in front of 5,000 people and got fired. And so, off a world tour, right? and it talks about me going through my divorce, like how to heal, and just to wrap it up, like I was saying, there's no such thing as failure or success. I've been learning that everything is just endurance. Okay. One leads into the other, ebbs and flows, valleys and peaks.
There you go. There you go. They say the more, what was it? I read today, the difference between a master and an amateur is a master has failed more than an amateur has tried.
Is there any such thing as a master? I don't know that I even believe in masters anymore. Once you master something, you're dead.
Perfect. There you go.
Well, I mean, we keep learning the more we go. He who calls himself a master, I question his ability.
Master P.
Real.
You know what I'm saying? I question his ability because he stopped at some point.
Yeah.
That's real. Should be learning every day.
Also, for our real hip hop fans out there, the tape with you, Fonte, and Black Thought still exists.
Yes.
Okay. There are a lot of people in Cleveland that listen to this that will be thrilled.
It's in my Prince vault.
Another one.
There it is. Well, thank you, Rhymefest.
Thank you.
Kenny, you.
How do I follow that up with a second left? 2 seconds.
A few seconds. We can start the.
Are you
start the mix a little late if you.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. No,
we'll sacrifice it for Kenny because we love Kenny.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So I also saw the Sonic movie. Actually, it's a couple
Sonic
hours
Murphy.
ago.
That's what they used to call me.
And I actually think I liked it a little bit more than Legend. I actually didn't have a problem with the story in between.
I ain't saying
you kind of. I didn't say. I know. I'm not saying you were saying it was bad, but it seemed like you had more fun and time at the beginning and the end. Whereas I just kind of enjoyed it. I mean, I think it's still a kids movie.
Yeah.
For what it's worth. Yeah. So if you went into it just kind of enjoying it for the nostalgia factor of it, because there were if you were really paying attention, there were a lot of throwbacks and homages to the original game and the Dreamcast version too, which was hilarious.
Were there any
especially
throwbacks to the cartoon?
Yes. Nice. But I won't spoil that because that's kind of toward the end.
Gotcha.
That's what they're gonna talk about at the end.
But you were saying Dreamcast.
I mean, even going to San Francisco, that's a Dreamcast throwback right there too. So
that's true. True.
So I mean, they definitely had fun with this. I wasn't expecting that ending. I kind of was hoping. I will say in terms. I just didn't expect it. I mean, I know we live in a world of everything's a sequel. I was really just hoping this would be one of those where it didn't do that. But I mean, if it looks like it's going to do where it stops being on Earth, where how Transformers kind of just turned into this big story about humans, and then they stopped caring about the trucks and the vehicles.
And then all of a sudden there were dragons.
Yeah, I think Sonic is gonna. I think that's the opposite might hopefully happen with Sonic, where it actually goes back to those early beginnings where we saw him on his home planet.
Right.
So that would be kind of dope if they do that. But in terms
I want to see the casino.
In terms of video game movies, that might be top 5.
Top 5.
Top 5.
Yeah.
Top 5.
There aren't
top
many
5.
others. Somebody posted on Facebook well, this is the best video game or the best-selling video game movie. I was like, well, when your competition is Super Mario Brothers.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
All the Resident Evil.
All the Resident Evil movies. Yeah.
Tomb Raider.
Yeah. What?
Yeah,
9 Resident
Tomb Raider wasn't good at all.
No,
I like
none
the
of them
first
were.
The first one was okay, but don't rewatch it. Just live
Okay,
with the
should they make an Uncharted movie?
No,
They're
the
already
games are a
going-
movie.
they're
The
already doing
games
it.
are a movie.
The game is the movie.
The game is the movie. I
Yeah,
don't-
it's
like,
an interactive
it's
film.
it's such an interactive film. I think,
Yeah.
especially for what
You're right.
Uncharted was at the beginning of the PlayStation. Like when PlayStation 3 and 2 really dominated. Like
Yeah,
Uncharted really
4 was
gave
great.
you that like
and it's nothing a movie
immersive.
could do that.
No,
would-
exactly.
You're right.
Kind
you're
of the
right.
same thing with God of War. Like those games are like immersive in themselves.
I've
Like,
heard
what's a
the-
movie gonna do?
I heard
for
the same
that?
thing about Assassin's Creed. That like you've already played
Yo.
through. Like now you're just not playing.
Bioshock.
But,
Metroid
uh,
can be a game.
It is also
can be a movie.
750,
Metroid.
and we should.
It would
take
have to
some
be a
sort of pee break.
cartoonish.
Yeah, I think it can work.
Hey
You
guys,
lost control.
Hey guys, we should take a break for 10 minutes and give our listeners a chance to go pee. We are gonna play you some hits, DJ Lokari. You're gonna play some
Maybe.
some hits.
Yeah.
What hits are you gonna hit them with?
So I'm gonna start this off, considering what Rhymefest was talking about today, and play a track called "Stronger Than Me," featuring Rhymefest off of that DJ Jazzy Jeff album. Let's get it.
There we go. You're listening to BlurdDotRadio, BLURDDOTRADIO. We will be back at 8 o'clock with Trey.
BlurdDotRadio.
I don't know if I can trust you. I love you. She got that ass bent over like hot too. I mean, God, it's a blessing like hot shoe. I can't even see no man touching you. But you say you want me, so what you up to? I mean, I got a few things. She say that it's cool, but what's in your dreams? I can't even get a clear mind, cause I'm attracted to her, scared of her at the same time. I don't want no strong ass woman. Why not? It remind me of moms. Look, I can't be son, already shine light. I control time, I can blind you in hindsight. Get behind it with the Heimlich. She got a tick time bomb of love that's stuck in my conscience. Tick, tick, tick. Bam, here I am. 3 kids, a crib, and a soccer mom band. Damn, you know what? You stronger than me. You got me, shit. You stronger than me. You got along with my mama, you stronger than me.
Y'all be giving birth.
You stronger than me.
Girl, for what it's worth.
You stronger than me.
I don't know why I don't like you. I was raised not to ever hit a girl, but to always let her fight you.
Dang, that means she like you.
I'm tired of going back and forth. That's high school.
True.
I can see you trying to act around a cap and gown. We can walk down the aisle and make it happen now. Shotgun wedding before your pop's back in town.
He'll be back.
I'ma have his little girl when he come back around.
So what now?
I ain't backing down.
Dang, she ain't backing down.
I guess that's the meaning of life.
Yeah.
When opposites attract and unite.
Don't argue with her.
What you say? Look, whatever, you right.
But you know what? You stronger than me. The mother of the earth. You stronger than me. Don't hit me where it hurts. You stronger than me.
You see me at my worst.
You stronger than me. You stronger than me.
Yeah.
You stronger than me. You stronger than me.
Yeah.
You stronger than me. You stronger than me.
Yeah, yeah.
Stronger than me. Stronger than me. You stronger than me. A funeral and a wedding is the same thing.
How come?
Cause people crying and both. When one life in, another begins, and yeah.
Your mama the one that's gonna miss you the most, but she know that you in good hands. That's your best friend, even better than your brother or your best man.
Yeah, or any ex-girlfriend you had sex in.
You sitting right next to her and y'all texting.
Come on, inside jokes, passing notes like why my uncle in the crib with this thick ass coat.
Fast, it's 90 degrees, we shooting the breeze.
Look, D, I finally found a girl cooler than me.
Pull out the scooters, take a cruise on the beach, and we can watch the sunset while we stare at the sea.
See, I had to let comparisons be.
Time to forget about the world and
Keep staring at me. Well, you know what? You're stronger than me.
Y'all be giving birth.
You're stronger than me. The mother of the earth. You're stronger than me. Don't hit me where it hurts. You're stronger than me. You're stronger than me.
Yeah.
You're stronger than me. You're stronger than me.
Yeah.
You're stronger than me. You're stronger than me.
Yeah, yeah.
You're stronger than me. stronger than me, you stronger than me.
BlurdDotRadio.
Gotta run, gotta run, gotta run. Gotta run, gotta run, gotta run. Gotta run, gotta run, gotta run. Gotta run, gotta run. Oversight, overlooked, underpaid, overbooked. I've been speaking what's real. I've been itching to feel something. Been writing my wrongs so I heal something. I'm breaking the bank cause the bills come. Running for the check on the hill and the mills got pills in them. Sleep tight, the beds got springs in them. Spring up, the flowers coming, the waves busting. We coming up from the polar out west on the stage. Your first test on like next weekend. I'm hoping y'all feel this. This is love about the mission. Opposed to not making it. Suppose I can't take this pain to free your spirit. Some bills to make some change. How do you rearrange this inner city child in me? Lately, feeling like I listen to the child in me. Some of the most divisive topics hit my brain late at night. Try to figure through the sight of things. He got all of me in my veins. These lyrics sleep, pumping through my stream. Who is T? A flow too mean to be this pretty. Too much weed it made me real in the right. And I'm one with the night. Dry comes with fight. Here to feel triumph. Come to take titles. Next to my idols and bins with pins that make the lens fall. Know that we all in our rare. The crowd is full of stairs and they wanna know. They wanna know, they wanna know, they wanna know, they wanna know. Who is T? Does she know who she is? Is she really that real? Who is T? Does she feel what she feel? Does she know how to heal? Is she really that cold? Is she ready to hit the ground running? You know. Gotta run, gotta run, gotta run. Gotta run, gotta run, gotta run. Gotta run, gotta run, gotta run. Who is T? Does she know who she is? Is she really that real? Who is T? Does she feel what she feel? Does she know how to heal? Is she really that cold? Is she ready to hit the ground running? You know. Gotta run, gotta run, gotta run. 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 From the ground up, I'm starving, impervious, working on serving this heart to the masses. We found hope on the road to the bottom. We got rope on the soles of our Converse, conversing with ghosts on the daily. I'm spitting for y'all who need saving. So lost in the zone that I may be too gone. Fuck it, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm real. Not enough time in this field. Maneuver these words on the page so you know how I feel. Got a gang so we overkill. Gotta pray cause some homies kill. Lean back, the bullets fly. Knee high, explain the problems be knee high. Drinking knee high from the corner store. We used to be so high, used to be so shy. Now it's bars for the pay cup. Been stacking for months. Now it's time for the glow up. Been here with the crew. It's about time that they know us. You live and you learn. Two options with fire. You lit or you burn. It's never that fair. Know that I'm all in all rare. The crowd is full of stairs and they wanna know. 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 Who is T? Does she know who she is? Is she really that real? Who is T? Does she spit what she feel? Does she know how to heal? Is she really that cold? Is she ready to hit the ground running? You know. Gotta run, gotta run, gotta run. Gotta run, gotta run, gotta run. Gotta run, gotta run, gotta run. Who is T? Does she know who she is? Is she really that real? Who is T? Does she feel what she feel? Does she know how to heal? Is she really that cold? Is she ready to hit the ground running? You know. Gotta run, gotta run, gotta run. Gotta run, gotta run, gotta run. Gotta run, gotta run, gotta run. Really that real? Who is T? Does she feel what she feel? Does she know how to heal? Is she really that cold? Hit the ground running, you know. Gotta run, gotta run, gotta run. Gotta run, gotta run, gotta run. Gotta run, gotta run, gotta run.
All the B-boys, report to the floor. Yo, we love, I'm so hip-hop, my pen up rockin' windmill. Get the cold shoulder shot town wind chill. Rappers dressed like Zoolander, bitch still, been ill. Inspired solely after hearing Nasir say with the help of stuff in Jesus. I went to heaven for healing paraplegics. I wrote an 8-minute thesis, got body no Jesus. Just a fetus in the suede Adidas. Niggas ain't never been able to fuck with me lyrically, systematically, mentally, scientifically. Typically just the industry fearing me. This is Liam Neeson and taking you, not disappearing me. When all the real heads cheering me, these crews ain't Illuminati, that's a conspiracy. Not important enough, they just jiggables. They keep the niggas confused, skills is ridicule. But the bars is back, you at the Raider home game in a Chargers hat. When I'm
soon as the beat drop. Hip hop, get up and do a down rock. Try to shut the door, so we picking at the lock. The party don't stop, DJ take it from the top.
Yo, peace and blessings to be for bringing the funk. Nickel spazzing on any punk, holding back at the kid that flunked school. The hesitation I got to at first glance in Chicago, I'm the rapper that's never given a chance. So I had to take it till I collect what is owed, I'ma have to make it. Triple 20 vision, gotta count the third eye. Everybody's an enemy till they approve an ally. Kisses to me, my response is visceral. If you wanna collaborate, but it's not reciprocal. I give jewels, treat me like a gold rush. Jay-Z double charge you, but never get to the cold crush. The equation is simple when you evolving your mental, always protecting your temple. It's undeniable, no unlearning the unseen, but some still believing they think it's a human being.
We hit the streets, bring heat soon as the beat drop. Hip hop, get up and do a down rock. Try to shut the door, so we picking at the lock. The party don't stop, DJ take it from the top. We hit the streets, bring heat soon as the beat drop. Hip hop, get up and do a down rock. Try to shut the door, so we picking at the lock. The party don't stop, DJ take it from the top.
I travel on a saddle where my voice is hoarse. I don't even want to battle, but the choice is yours. You broke as a joke, slipping coke with whores. I'm on the grind, thinking deeper than the ocean floors. Got my goal, of course, with no remorse. My team right behind me as I open doors. Balls to the wall, never going half-ass. Waterproof on the mic like my man Raz had.
Take it from the top like you get in the Caesar. High speed energy, you ain't getting the breather. Jams off the reader, disrupt the procedures. Said you was the rawest, we didn't believe ya. This is for the dreamers, the readers, the teachers who ain't so eager to follow the leaders. On the dance floor, ball shorts and the beater. The beat so hot, I'm coming down with a fever. I was on North Philly corners freestyling. Same time as Meek Mill, Reed Dollars. We ballin', Hank Gathers, Sheik Wallace. We want to smoke the rapid street profits. Throw the track on and ran shot. Test this, you gon' need a pen to scan try.
Gonna get a little low.
Walking this way is like stepping on a landmine.
Oh, hey guys. You are listening to BlurdDotRadio. Pow! DJ Alokari just hit you with some hits. DJ Alokari, what hits did you hit him with?
Yeah. So we started that off with that track by Rhymefest and, DJ Jazzy Jeff called Stronger Than Me. It's a dope track. The second track was called Run. It's by a really dope artist by the name of T-Spirit. Please check it out. You can get her tracks on either SoundCloud or available for purchase on Bandcamp. And then we heard Take It From the Top from the Microphone Misfits. Yeah. Friends of the show.
Shout out to the Microphone Misfits.
That was dope.
Hey guys. My name is Mike Stidham. I am the host of BlurdDotRadio. To my left is Steve.
Hello.
To his left is DJ Alokari.
Yo.
I thought you were gonna play your name, Josh.
Oh, I was trying to.
No need to get humble now.
Alokari.
He's got multiple drops.
Wait, hold on. Wait.
Alokari in the mix. Terrorists. That's the wrists of the terror on soul.
Oh, God. I was trying to be nice.
How long is it?
It's long enough. He put the whole thing in. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna find a reason.
You drop
to play
that in your
thing.
DJ sets?
No, not the whole thing.
Okay.
Depending on if I had like a middle ground session or whatever, then it's like, all right.
Well, moving on to our important guest.
Hey, Alokari, do people still use the DJ? And the performer, like the new up and coming artists, are they still using DJs?
That's actually a good question.
Now, and are DJs expected to do what DJs did? I mean, like scratch and do show.
I don't
see.
It depends on the artist. It depends on the artist. It literally.
So
depends
there's
on
no
the artist.
Fat Man Scoop yelling in the background, getting the
crowd
hyped up.
People realize how important the DJ is when they actually work with a real DJ.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like later on they're like, oh man, word, I ain't gotta do all this extra stuff. Like the DJ backs me up and then also keeps the crowd hype and plays my songs when I need it to be played and not playing it on my phone looking like an idiot.
Yeah.
Because
I saw that
you
the
have
other night.
no idea how many people are like, oh man, yeah, I like that track. Hold on.
And
then somebody get a call or some crap and it's like, dog, get a DJ.
Two things I've seen DJs do that I like recently. They are the hype man. They're your hype man also. And then also there's DJs who, you know how a lot of dudes have their whole track playing and it's just their vocals are on it and everything. But then but like there's certain DJs that know, they're like, hey, I know how to track out your vocals and only give you your ad libs when you need them and whatnot. And they take control. They actually control all that, so that way when they're performing, you actually get emphasis on the end of your.
It's called
bars.
professionalism.
It's called
No, I mean like it's
Our other special guest is Rhymefest.
Oh, sorry.
Just let you know.
I hate talking about myself.
Yeah.
And we got Kenya in the house today.
Hi.
Kenyon.
So, folks, we're going to talk about some trailers. We have 2 fantastic trailers for you tonight.
Is that the truth, Michael?
Is that the truth?
I think the one is good.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? The other one isn't bad. It just starts with a bad idea.
I mean, these trailers are
lacking.
Let's see.
All right, so we got The Green Knight, which will be dropping May 29th, 2019. A fantasy retelling of a medieval story. The medieval story of Sir Gawain.
We'll do it live. Game of Thrones. It's just Game of Thrones for the big screen. Come on.
I mean, there's listen. Did you all watch this?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
we
what.
most definitely
Also, DJ
That's why
Alakari,
I
what you
said-
know about Game of Thrones?
I
You ain't
mean,
watch until the 8th season.
yeah,
You don't
it was
have.
great.
I mean,
And then he
because
complained
they put
about the
every
8th season.
because this movie looks like every season of Game of Thrones ever. If you've seen one, you've seen them all.
Well,
Not that last season.
Well,
yeah.
listen.
Oh no, we ain't
listen.
seen the end of this movie
I don't,
yet.
yeah, let's say, listen, I ain't.
Well,
Has
folks,
anybody seen Gretel?
hey guys, let's just real quick.
Oh, sorry.
Really
Dunking on
quickly.
the trailer before we even played it.
Here we go. All right, so here's the trailer for The Green Knight.
Wait, what about the Green Ranger?
He's in there. Did you ever see the meme that was like, all right, 2 problems. 1, he's playing a sword like a flute. 2, he's wearing a mask.
Why are you sitting
Ooh,
by yourself?
head on
though,
fire.
fam?
Because he's a king.
Just saying.
He's a
dog.
king. If your head could sit on fire, people wouldn't want to sit next to you.
Yes.
What was the origin of the story?
Right.
What's the story? It's based on a sonnet.
Oh, okay.
So
By a
basically,
medieval guy.
you have no story until you see the movie.
Okay.
That's what they're
No,
doing
you can
here.
read the whole story.
I mean, you can
No, no, I'm
story
saying
already
the
exists.
story
He's
for the
obsessed with
film.
His head on being on fire.
Yeah.
The lead actor is Asian. I was just wondering if that has anything to do with it.
Probably not. But it is a brown person in medieval England.
Yeah.
That's a plus.
Was that brown
He
girl?
got some.
Yeah,
brown?
his name is Dev Patel.
No, I'm talking about that girl. Who's the guy?
Not,
brown?
probably not.
She kind of brown.
I didn't see her long enough. I don't know. Look at that giant hand.
Are you
definitely-
sure, man? That might be a playset.
I'm definitely looking forward to
Floating
seeing it.
cards.
I do in the rain.
Heads cut off.
Oh, heads.
Giant green guy.
Man, that look like a mask.
It is a mask.
Sure it's a mask.
May 29th. So
That's summer some places.
yeah. Well, some places just don't get us something. This is DJ.
Yeah.
I think it looks good. I don't know what you all are complaining about. Steve, what do you think?
No, I think this looks like a movie I would thoroughly enjoy. I just got finished watching Hereditary and
Did we
Midsommar.
confirm if that was the same director?
No, it's not. I just looked. It's not.
David Lowery,
Yeah,
the writer and director.
Yeah, it's not the same one. But it has the A24, so it has the same like film quality. As
Not
all
like
the-
A24 has never made garbage.
No,
They
no,
make
no.
some pretty
They
trash
make garbage, but it look alright. It's just like posting a trash photo to Instagram is like, alright, but at least I got it on the iPhone 9. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
3 lenses took this photo.
Yeah. So yeah, I probably see this. I don't know if I pay money.
I had a chance to see it for free, but
Oh really?
I was busy that day.
Oh wow, you. Oh okay. Well,
Yeah, I get these chances.
why you make your that decision then?
Right. Why'd your voice get super low at the end of the
Mine?
yeah, you're
Oh,
like,
selling
well,
that
Yeah,
day.
it's selling
It
it
wasn't
out.
it was
busy that day.
Yo, it wasn't for you.
I
It
heard
wasn't.
that.
It wasn't
Too
for
busy.
you. It was for Mike.
stuff
That
for
was
this
that
movie.
was his time. That was his time.
I was busy. Why ain't nobody drinking no High Life?
Oh yeah, that's true. They not.
It's over
not
there.
one person.
Yeah, I
got a
drove a
beer.
video.
Well, Steve, before you run and get one, wait, no, you already gave your.
He's got mead.
Oh, the champagne of beers isn't good enough when you got me.
Yeah, when he's done with that, it's gonna be like me and Mrs.
Take an album cover picture. Suddenly he's gonna have on a white suit with a black collar. DJ Alokari, why don't you want to see this movie?
Because it looks like. I mean, it looks okay. You know what I mean?
You don't like this?
It looks alright.
You barely got even anything where there's like some cool puppets.
I mean, it looks cool. I mean,
I don't see any problems here.
I mean,
I'm waiting for you to tell me what the problem is.
Why do you
it's
not?
It's no problem. It's just not something
This is probably one of the few movies with a lead like Asian character.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well, it's probably sort of written by a white person.
Yeah, that's probably written by a white person.
I mean, if
like the Cleveland show,
this is one of them, right? This is one of those films that, like, if Deb hits me up and like, yo, I really want to see The Green Knight, I'll be like, all right. But for me personally to be like going out looking for it, nah.
Oh yeah, he's white and bald.
Yeah, I don't know.
There he is.
I got excited for 2 seconds. Like, if you go back in the trailer and see if that's actually a brown woman, then maybe.
Like that will shift.
DJ Alokari, do you like swords and sorcery movies?
As long as it's fantasy.
This is fantasy.
You know. Also, I am not
I feel like you just said yes.
Well, no. You know what? I've actually not sat down and watched all the Lord of the Rings.
Those are difficult.
Well,
they're boring to me.
Very involved.
I'm gonna force you to watch that.
Boring.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I've tried to watch them so many times.
Right there.
Sleep.
He said, "I'm gonna force you to sit down for 9 hours."
Film.
Hey,
that is
like
television NyQuil.
It's like making a white woman sit down and watch Roots.
Talk about it.
No. Worse than a white woman would be an African.
Hey,
I'm like, did this really happen? This could not be true.
I didn't see this. Rhymefest, how do you feel about this one?
I don't like movies about monarchs.
Yeah. So you don't like what's the one?
I'm tired.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I'm tired of all of that. Anything with a king and a queen and old
Not even Shaka Zulu?
Anything with that wasn't a monarch. That was a chief of a tribe. It's a difference, sir. But anyway, my Pan-Africanist button was hit. No, so it's like, no, but yeah, the old timey European monarch thing is like. I think I'm done with it like World War II.
What if played out, man? Yeah.
What if it's because like I said, the lead actor is a brown person. What if
the dude that plays in Thor? Like, what's the guy's name?
What?
The one that guards the portal.
Idris.
Yeah, he's in all of them.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So yeah,
what if this guy?
He's the only one they let.
He definitely dies too.
What if he's trying to take down the monarchy? What if he's trying to take down the monarchy?
So you're basically like, what if the Moors are like battling the? Yeah, I go watch the Moors. Like, go
but you never
battle
get
somebody.
Moors. You never listen. You got Martin Lawrence's Black Knight. That's as close as you're gonna get to a Moor.
Yeah,
literally, that's as close as you got to a Moor.
You'll never get Moors. And the more, if you get Moors conquering Europe movie, I'm all in.
Yeah. Black Knight is as close as you got.
Better be funny.
You better be funny.
You better be joking.
Florence and Crenshaw, baby.
Nobody saw the Robin Hood movie because it wasn't good. But Jamie Foxx played. I think he was a Moor.
He was a Moor in that?
I believe so. Yeah.
How many times can you make a Robin Hood? Like, how many times can you make a Robin Hood movie though? You know what I'm saying?
Well, before we get too far off subject, Kenny, how do you feel about this movie? You seem not to be into it.
Well, I'm not into it only because there's a section of people who like Dungeons and Dragons and all, and like swords and sorcery, and this movie is clearly for them.
Yep.
This is not for me. I think I'm kind of what Rhymefest said. Like, I'm just tired of movies with monarchs and like these drab environments. Like, it's not creative. It's just I don't think there's anything that's like and I wasn't making a joke like just to be flippant about Game of Thrones. Hollywood has shown you this. They will take something that was incredible and try to immediately copy it to make that same amount of money. You can't tell me this does not look like a carbon copy of a Game of Thrones anything.
Those people need jobs too.
My thing is, I think it looks more like a Hellboy fantasy.
That's the thing. When you said Hellboy, and I was like, oh, that'll be interesting. This looks nothing like Hellboy anything, bro. Like Hellboy, Hellboy does not take.
Guy looks like he could be a Hellboy.
Like that's just a monster, but Hellboy is like fun and like has monsters and the supernatural. This just is like this is still a Monarch movie with like sword and sorcery, which is fine, but that's not my deal, my gimmick. And I think that.
But there was also like a giant hand on the mountain. There was the green guy.
Yeah, that was a dream.
You think?
Who knows?
The best cool part probably is not that.
It's.
I like giants and things.
I mean, that's fine. Like this movie is for you, but like this is not. This movie is not doing anything that's like impressive, or special, or new, or unique. It's literally. We watch enough movies.
I will also say I don't need every movie to be special or unique.
No, I'm not asking for it to be special or unique. Yeah. But here's the thing. I work at a comic book store. I see the same things over and over again.
Which comic book store?
First Day Comics over in Hyde Park. Come check me out. So I curate a lot of different types of genres. And when you see the same thing repeated over and over again, it's just kind of like, okay. It's like right now in comic books, there's this huge movement in like Dungeons and Dragons. So there are tons of comic books about D&D. Some of them are really good because they incorporate actually people of color, do different types. They take different like time frames and not necessarily in like one area. Like people do really dope things with that. Also, really like if you get really creative, you can create your own worlds and even like old anime stories or whatever. So the fact that you still choose these very white like time frames to create these films in for D&D, you don't have to do that. You can think outside the box, and it doesn't even have to be special. It can still be fun and interesting and different. And Hollywood isn't giving it to you. Like that's this is why I kind of I'm like I challenge you, Mike. Is like want something better. I know that's fine. You can
challenge you to want better.
Want better for yourself in your entertainment. You know what I'm saying?
Might be entertained by the movie.
Because that's the thing. For me, but I will lie. There are
Kenny
things
really likes Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
That's right, I do. But you know what? That's right, I do.
They're sitting in these offices
too,
and they're not looking at quality. They're looking at metrics.
Yes,
and they're making movies based off metrics, and we got to stop going for that.
Like here's the thing about like a best example. Warner Brothers investing in DC not because of Marvel, but because they saw that the Harry Potter franchise was ending, so they needed something to pick up that $1 billion. So they bought DC Comics, and that's why they try to give you all these movies. Like the Batman movies were great, did their thing. You know, third one was pretty trash. They told you we're gonna make this universe, right? And what it do? It flopped because it wasn't about actually putting forth like. When Disney does something, they do it because they know if they really put everything into it, it'll really make them their money back. Whereas Warner Brothers is all about, okay, this book did really good. Let's just put the book on film.
Why can't they break out of that?
Because they don't want to. It's about the money.
They have no idea.
They have no. But this is why.
But they're not getting as much money. So wouldn't the metrics of that tell them?
Here's the thing, though. They're getting enough, and they finally have gone different. Like if you look at Shazam. I've heard, which was good. Yes, I've heard. I haven't seen Birds of Prey yet. I'm seeing it this week, but I've heard nothing but good things from a lot of people in the store and people whose opinions I really trust. So it seems like there has been a shift, and also Warner Brothers just fired the comic book editor Dan DiDio. So there's a lot of things happening that maybe.
That's a hard name to say.
Yeah. Dan DiDio. That's how. But I know.
That's why you got to go see Kenny right now.
I have a deeper question.
Yes.
What does someone have to do to earn your trust on advice of these type of things?
Not even matching what I feel, but making me rethink what I saw. Like okay. You're right. It's like you're right. I don't want you to be right, but I saw that too, and it's like okay. That's fair. Like that's like challenging my perspective, but also kind of not necessarily agreeing with my perspective, but like broadening my perspective essentially. So when you see that, that's why I don't just listen to everybody, especially like even when I tell people like take my opinion with a grain of salt because everything is personal choice, right?
Again, he does like Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
And I like Daredevil. I like the Ben Affleck Daredevil as well.
I've never seen it. I can't.
You like Electra?
Electra was trash. Don't ever bring that movie up. my threshold is Daredevil and Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Yeah, we don't talk about Electra. But even that's the thing too. I used to think Spider-Man 3 was a good movie. That movie's terrible. Yeah. I saw that was a fever. I had a fever when I saw it, so that was that was my excuse.
It was a fever dream.
Fever dream. But just to get back to the movie, I think it'll be exciting to people who are into that time, like in like time and place. But I think it's time to move on and be different. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. For the record, Marlon Wayans was in the first Dungeons & Dragons movie.
Yes, he was.
Yep.
Oh,
yes,
no.
he was.
He most definitely.
That was the early 2000s. Was that the early 2000s?
Was it the 2000s?
I
maybe like late 90,
really far.
Maybe late 99. Like it was. They tried.
No, it was 2000. Year 2000.
Okay.
I will say Marlon Wayans has made one good movie as far as I'm concerned.
White
We
chick?
made a couple.
It was
The 6 Man. Come on.
Well, I did
I
like
love
Don't Be a
6
Menace.
Man.
I did.
And Don't Be a
You
Menace.
like
was
White
good,
Chicks?
too. I didn't like
I didn't like White
I didn't
Chicks.
either.
I like White Chicks.
Also, just saw White Chicks.
I'm ghetto
like,
like that.
I just saw White Chicks like this year.
A 6-hour marathon of Wayans Brothers on BT don't count.
No, I was gonna say, what's it called? What's the really, really sad
either
movie?
you
Jared
like the
Leto
Wayans
was in
Brothers
it.
or
Jennifer
Yeah.
Connelly
Oh, I
is
know
in
you're
it.
talking about.
Connelly.
Yo, it was right on the
Exactly.
tip of my tongue,
One
Mike.
or
I
the
had
other.
it for you. Yo, it's gonna come in.
Well, we're gonna talk about the next trailer. And
Yeah,
then we'll figure it out.
figure it out.
Yeah. The Quiet Place. A Quiet Place.
Part 2.
Part 2.
Part
I don't understand how part 2 happened.
Well, here's the thing.
Like she threw hands, she's like plot, and that's it.
Well, March
That's the end of the
20th.
movie. That's the end of the
March
movie.
20th, 2020. You can figure it out. According to IMDb, it follows the events at home. Following the events at home, the Abbott family now face terrors of the outside world, forced to venture. I'll have this too far.
Bring it in.
Forced to venture into the unknown, they realize the creatures that hunt by sound are not the only threats. Oh, I didn't know that part. Well done, sir. Yeah, apparently there's not just these weird ear face creatures.
Oh, it's crazy. It's probably just other people.
Requiem for a Dream.
Of course. You're right. Yeah, I would not have thought of that. All right. Quiet Place 2. And of course, now she has a baby, which just a bad idea in this world.
She was having
Baby crying.
the first one.
She's
pregnant. Baby crying.
Why aren't you using just the pull-out method is the most effective method?
Let's start the trailer. Quiet Place 2. Here we go.
He already got 2 kids. The one died.
And the one died from being a little kid.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have another kid?
Why not pull out? So you got a disabled kid.
Even though
too?
the scene of her having the baby in the bathtub was like, oof.
Yeah,
that takes resilience right there. All right, so we're creeping along with a baby.
Why can't they find another case?
I'm just saying.
Can't they find a who?
An AK-47. Like it's like the number.
Sounds like The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yes, people.
No, they're probably other monsters. I hope they're other monsters.
No, it's people.
I wasn't interested.
People
in
are
some
the
sort.
real monsters, bro.
Ooh, our real monsters.
Gotcha.
Saved by the Scarecrow, who hasn't washed his hands in years.
What kind of roaches are they?
I don't know why you came all the way up here.
There's nothing left. No, it's not that one.
Please.
They had something over the baby's face. I guess to make it less loud. Does her vein, does she have a vein popping out of her forehead this entire time?
You don't know, do you? I do.
Desmond Hansu, he doesn't have any speaking lines because he's gonna die.
Come on.
Listen, it's okay. He's been in every Marvel movie. He's fine.
He hasn't died in Marvel yet, has he?
Yes and no. I mean, he just gets beat up constantly, but like he don't really die.
I was gonna say, does he die in Captain Marvel, but that was before all the other stuff.
I mean,
he gets beat up, but I don't think he dies.
Also, I was shocked that he didn't
Why is
play
Species
Black
coming
Panther.
up on you?
Why Species?
Yeah, right.
I don't know. I've never watched
Species.
So Quiet Place 2, March 20th, 2020. I bought the first Quiet Place because my internet was cut off. It was okay. I'll probably watch this one for the same reason. Like next time my internet goes out, I'll buy, and I have to buy DVDs. I'll consider buying this one. That's what I have to say about this. Steve.
The only reason I watched The Quiet Place was because Mike said the movie was pretty good. And so I will watch this after Mike buys it when his internet cuts out. No, the first movie, I don't know. The first movie is good, but it's stupid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, first of all, again,
I didn't feel bad when the kid died.
I didn't feel bad either. Like, yo,
be quiet, and he was like, "Oh, I found a toy."
I told you so. And like, of course, the worst people are the things left over because they the ones with the guns. You know,
at least
what I mean?
it's not. At least it doesn't revolve around zombies this time.
Yeah, at least it's not.
The
Yeah.
world ended people are savages, at least it's not because there are zombies out there.
And yo,
You tired of zombie movies?
I am. That I'm tired of. I did not see Zombie. Well, I didn't see Zombieland 2 because there was no way that was gonna be good. But no, I wouldn't jump to see a zombie movie anymore.
No.
So I feel what you all are saying about like Monarchs and stuff. The zombie movies are way.
A zombie movie would have. It would
they
have
got packed in like 7 years. Everything had.
If a zombie movie came out now, it would have to present me with a completely new scenario that I've never even thought of.
And not just environmentally.
Before. Yeah.
Not just this time we're in the mall, and this time we're on
What
the
about
train.
what about zombies from another planet? A planetary invasion of zombies?
No, like Marvel zombies. If Marvel did Marvel
So
zombies,
DC did actually a cool thing where they're zombies because they're slaves to their phone. So Darkseid
Stephen King wrote a book about it.
Yeah, Darkseid puts a virus into Cyborg, and Cyborg can't help but like transmit it to everybody's phone. So if you have a phone and you look into your phone, you're basically infected. Basically, it's kind of like that, and like it literally infects the entire world. Like it's called
That's
DC's. That's pretty dope. That's what I'm talking.
Is
Like
that
that's
what DC's is about?
Yes. So it's a different idea for zombies. Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
something
yeah,
that's really cool. So that's exactly Mike what I'm talking about. Like stuff like that.
But also, Stephen King already wrote that book. It's called Cell.
Okay.
It was a really bad movie.
Isn't there a movie?
Samuel L.
Was there a
Jackson.
movie?
Yeah, oof. I watched like the first 5 minutes and was like, well, that's enough of that.
Yeah.
And mind you, I love trash horror. I couldn't sit through that.
Not Stephen King's trash horror.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Stephen King.
DJ Lokari, what do you think of Quiet Place 2?
I did not watch A Quiet Place, and I'm happy to say I didn't. And
why are you happy to say you didn't?
Because I mean, I just didn't care. But this does make me kind of interested in knowing what happened. You know, in the first one, I mean,
I'll
it's
tell
on
you
Netflix,
what
right?
happened. The main character died.
It's on. It might be. It's either on Prime or Netflix.
I think it's on Hulu too.
It's Hulu.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think it's on Hulu.
Hulu?
Because I've seen it like showing up on my like thing.
What'd you just say, DJ
Hulu.
Lokari?
Is this out now?
It's gonna come out. Wait, A Quiet Place?
Yeah, the sequel comes out tomorrow.
The one is out. The sequel comes out
In
March
March, right?
20th.
Yeah, I saw one.
You did?
It was cool.
What happens if anyone? Like, is that count? I'm just saying,
You might
like,
die. They might
you know
get
what I
you.
mean? Like,
That's
you just
why
have
I
to hold
thought
your
the whole movie too.
So
right. So you got to hold your
here's
flashlights
what,
the whole time.
Here's what I liked about A
No,
Quiet
because
Place.
they can step on leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't hear every little thing, but if I fart, I'm going. So there are these creatures, and I like creature features a lot. Like I just watched The Relic this week. It's not,
Nice.
It's not so bad.
Yeah, I'll do it.
But
Relic.
these creatures can like rearrange their skulls so that they can like their whole ear opens up and they like create this big funnel. So like
all that, huh?
they can feel the vibration like in their head, and they can change their head to point
So
at
they
wherever
just real
the thing
nosy,
is.
huh?
I mean, they're basically.
That's what you did there.
Come on now.
That's a good pun.
Come on.
Thank
now.
you, thank you,
All
Dad.
right.
Thank you, Audrey, for that. I appreciate that. Yeah,
I don't. Yeah, so you can't make any noise. A little boy gets killed because he's hard-headed and he finds a toy and he has to turn it on. Then he gets snatched up and the family is traumatized and they have to live. And then they fight him and the dad dies and the mom has a baby really, really quietly, which is probably the best scene in the movie. They shoot one, they live, and now they go into two.
So this
Yeah,
is just
nothing about that
another
was
story
interesting.
showing how much white people don't learn their lesson.
yeah, nothing about that was interesting.
I don't
Like
know
the
if
whole
that was-
plot was like.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's interesting to
It's
watch
just-
people get like maimed is interesting.
So what's gonna happen in like literally like 2 years once that baby turns like terrible twos, like they're dead?
It's the same thing's gonna happen.
You know what I mean? Like they're just
I mean, listen.
No, you never hit terrible twos in this
Yeah,
world.
this
well.
is true. As soon as that baby cries, I mean, it looks like they had something over the baby's face to
You know,
muffle
it's
it.
gonna-
I've seen white children before.
Okay. They're not very
they're
good.
like terrible
Not
twos
very
last
good.
up until
They're out there.
35.
Fess, you said you saw the first one. What do you think of this?
I didn't mind the first one. I mean, you know,
It wasn't bad.
these kind of movies are not to be judged as movies. This is like Netflix. I got some nachos. There's nothing better to do. And then, you know, this is like what we used to watch on WGN at night. Like, oh, they're showing the feature, the creature feature.
Yes.
Like that's all.
Right.
This is the new version of the creature feature. So
Yeah.
like, we can't take it as serious as,
Yeah,
you know.
Exactly.
So on the level of what that is, Yeah, I'll be watching.
So there's a lot of dramatic tension because there's a lot of quiet, and I like quiet, dramatic tension in it. Yeah. Kenny, I believe you've already voiced your opinion on this one.
I'll pass. Thank you.
Kenny, what's your? I mentioned The Relic, and you sounded excited about that. Do you have a favorite creature feature movie?
Well, it's the old-timey black and white Boris Karloff movies. Okay. Yeah. Either The Invisible Man or House on House of I wouldn't say House on Haunted Hill is a creature feature, but
that's a ghost story.
I love House on Haunted Hill. That's one of my favorite ghost stories.
The Tay Diggs one?
No, no, the Vincent Price one.
Yeah.
So I basically I really enjoy old school black and white stuff. I would say, yeah. So like Frankenstein, Wolf. Oh yeah, Wolfman, Werewolf. Mm-hmm. Anything that plays like at the music box, you probably catch me checking out.
I like the original. What is it called? What is it called? Where the plant eats everybody.
The original, the alternate ending to that is fantastic.
It's so
the original
yes.
one, yeah.
But we have finished our headline segment, and now, wait, we finished our trailer segment. Now we're gonna get into some headlines. We don't have a headline drop yet. I'll hit up Kid
Headlines. You like them, and you read them.
I'll hit up Kid Mental to see if he'll make some for us. Our first headline, which I feel like is the greatest headline of the week. Woman claims a man kidnapped her and forced her to watch Roots so she could understand racism.
Did this really happen?
This really happened. Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
Look at
there he is. Look, his mugshot. He's not ashamed.
No, not at all. He was a proud man.
Okay. And was she white?
Oh.
I assume.
Yeah, she was a white woman.
Actually, you know what? The fact that they said a woman, yes.
You know what? Because it could have been like, little black girl, I'm tired of you walking around acting like a thought. I will kidnap you and make you watch Roots.
I mean, I don't know why they're mad. My mama made me do
23.
it. Every black mother made their kids watch Roots.
No,
why is this man penalized for this?
I had to watch Malcolm X. I didn't have to watch Roots. The complaint also stated that the suspect told the victim he would kill her and spread her body parts across Interstate 380 on the way to Chicago.
Every black mama has said that.
Yeah, that sounds like a
if
daughter.
She did not watch the show.
I'm going to kill you, I'm saying. Watch this, Terrence.
The question becomes, what did she learn?
He was
how did
charged with first-degree harassment and false imprisonment.
How did what did she must have said something to him though? What
did she do?
Like what did she do to get him? Because I feel like
you don't just get kidnapped
and watch the Roots.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I want to know.
He probably works at a gas station.
Is this on Fox News? They're not telling us.
She was like,
something.
hurry up.
There's not enough information here. Because he's very proud of himself in that picture too.
Yeah.
Like
I want to know.
I sure did.
You know what she did?
So
he probably works at a restaurant.
Here's my issue.
She tried to touch my bald head, and I said, "No, you gonna watch Roots, girl."
Here's my issue with what happened. So Roots is not on any streaming platform that I know of.
No,
okay.
I think it's on
It's not. I don't think it's on Hulu.
It was on Prime.
It
might be on Tubi.
And it depends. Was it the old Roots or the new Roots?
It was the old one.
I was on VHS.
So that's two VHSs, sir. That's two VHSs. If that's a laser disc, he might have it on laser disc.
They are in Iowa, so that's absolutely plausible.
Yo, he could be. If he's making her watch it on Laserdisc or a beta tape, you can't just make somebody watch. You ever try to watch a old movie that was 3 hours long and you had to be. Oh, I gotta change the VHS. I need real quick.
We need the second tape.
Did she have to stay awake the whole time?
Then you gotta put the first tape in the rewinder.
Hold on, woman.
I like to think he duct taped her eyelids open.
You want some popcorn? This is terrible.
Oh, this is awful.
So, I mean, I think Fess was right. Did she learn about racism?
No.
What's the real question?
Yeah, that's the real question.
What did she learn?
I feel like she must have called him something in the wherever they were. It's like, you know what?
What would your movie be to teach white people about racism.
Blind spotting. It's a lot easier.
It can't be a good. It can't be like an all-way enjoyable film now.
No.
Blind spotting was it showed you the white character that was acting black, and then he's like, well, you are the N-word of this situation because you keep putting me in these situations.
That's a good film. That's not torture.
Oh, you mean like a bad one about racism?
Yeah, make her watch
The
first.
Final Come Down,
Make her watch the
starring
first
Billy D.
King
Williams.
movie. Make her watch the first King movie, the first one.
What was the first King movie? The one we had to watch in elementary school?
Yeah. It was so bad. Watch that one.
I never seen that one.
You can't show them.
I forgot who played like young Martin Luther King when he was like preaching. He was like mocking his grandpa.
I feel like that's like a trivia question because I think
I know. We all had to watch it.
I think we all
Jason Weaver?
I think it was Jason Weaver.
No, Jason Weaver was Michael Jackson.
I think it was Jason.
Jason Weaver was a lot of There's a lot of black kids.
I thought Michael Jackson was played by
the little kid from the one Michael Jackson video.
Alfonso?
Was it Alfonso Rivera?
Was it?
The other little kid.
No. Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I do not know that
the kid from the Mighty Ducks.
Probably.
Jussie Smollett?
Juicy Smollett.
Juicy Smollett.
Leave that boy alone.
Yo,
Let him live his
your girl Journey was in Birds of Prey. His sister.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Well, folks,
she was in Hot Wings on television.
She's doing a lot better now than her brother.
Oh, everybody
on
is.
DC movies, she is very good looking.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm kind of weird. She looks like my niece.
Yeah, that's strange.
All right.
Oh well.
Just thanks
She's
for
not hot.
Y'all can
So,
say
folks,
whatever.
we're gonna move on to another DC franchise. Here's a look at Robert Pattinson's Batman. Mind you, this is his stunt double. I hope. We were talking about this before the show. I hope that this is like a year one thing, and he puts on a weird looking outfit. That he later adapts and changes into a cool looking outfit, but he looks like a bug. I don't support it. I've seen the breakdown of like all the different suits. Like, you know, he's got the arrows from the Court of Owls. He's got the Arkham Knight armor. Still looks like trash to me. Steve, how do you feel about that?
I think I said before the mics were cut on that if this was like a 90s Batman, this would be cool looking. Depending on what the film style is for this movie, it could be cool looking. Like if it's mostly in the dark, you really won't care. And if it's like,
man, this looks like broad daylight.
If it, yeah, but they're gonna put a filter on it no matter what.
I hope they don't do that stupid DC filter.
They're gonna.
It's gonna be blue, man.
It's gonna be
gonna be blue.
All this is gonna be blue and gray. You know what I mean? But it could be if it's fast action and there's
also
not
real quick, McDonald's had chicken sandwiches for breakfast.
I knew that.
What? Really?
Because that was in the corner. I don't know. I don't want McDonald's to
you
cut
throw,
this part of the.
You could throw. You could throw honey on it, on the chicken biscuit, and they're only like two for $3.
How do you feel? I'm sorry
Yo,
that I took us down that
Yeah,
really gross turn.
You did it.
Chicken skin with honey on it.
Chicken skin. That's what you think it is. No, I'm not okay with it, but I will still see the movie somehow.
Okay.
Yes.
DJ Alucard.
Yeah, Batman Year One stuff. I think it's gonna be cool. You know what I mean? I'm not really sure what's going on with the eyeballs.
He's got on goggles because he's about to get on the motorcycle.
Oh, is that supposed to be goggles?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not realize that was supposed to be goggles.
Or maybe it's just something that the stunt man. Maybe they're gonna CGI his. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, they're probably goggles.
Yeah, I mean, it look. I didn't really like the first image that we saw with the red either.
The teaser for Daredevil season 4.
Yeah, basically, I didn't really like that one either. But I can understand them trying to do like it's a different Batman story. Though. I think it's
the Batprint.
I think this is cool for it being a different Batman story, but again, like how many Batman origin movies do we need?
Yeah.
Like for real, I was really excited to see a Batman film that was just gonna move on.
I mean, it might.
Blame the Joker.
Yeah, Joker messed that up.
Fest.
They had to start filming this.
How do you feel about this get up here?
All right, this is the thing. Number one, The Mask reminds me of the one from the 60s with
Mm-hmm.
Adam West, and we're better than that now. Number 2, Batman is rarely good, and we all have these high hopes, and we all like, and they keep and they keep doing Batmans where they get Batman wrong.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm so tired of Batman being gotten wrong that I really feel like even in the one, you know, with Heath Ledger, we liked it because of the Joker. It was because of the Joker. So I feel like society, comic society who goes to watch Batman is not really admitting that it's never good. And we have to come to terms with the truth some way, somehow.
Best Batman we saw is in a cartoon.
But you know, I'm just.
Come on, Kenny.
I was about to say, Kenny, you're the guy.
You're the expert. I'm gonna pass this over here.
Okay.
Kenny, you tell me if I'm lying or flying.
No, you're not.
I'm 40. I can use all these terms. If it got skin on it, we gonna win on it. Sweet like butter, baby. Get it, Kenny.
You were flying real high there, buddy. That's part of the problem. Like that's it right there. Like I think that, first of all, I don't have a problem with the suit. I think that that's actually the most. If you really look at what they pulled it from a lot of actual comic book stories in terms of how the suit is made. Even stuff that I forgot about. Like there's a whole thing where, like, in one of the Batman stories where, like, he actually incorporates the guns into his bat emblem. So the fact that they even put that in the movie is pretty wild. But getting to what Fest was talking about is that we have seen Batman movies done in every decade the same. Like there's maybe a slight change or deviation in terms of who plays Batman, but it always circles back to the Joker. And I think I've talked about this on the air a lot in terms of, like, Batman has a really cool gallery of rogues. Utilize them, and it's always using the Joker. And until not just the comic book fans, but the comic book producers and editors come to grips with the fact that, like, hey, DC has literally like 80 years of characters. I mean, and I try to leave Marvel out of the conversation when I'm talking specifically about, like,
give them their own due.
But Marvel gave you the blueprint. All you don't even have to follow theirs. Just take the foundation of what they did and run with it.
From you.
and not
which
everything
they stole from you.
It's right there in front of you. I think there are far too many Batman, not even Batman characters, just the DC universe. Still, like, there has been a solid Superman movie in a while. If you really think about it, the TV,
I don't think there ever has been.
The CW shows do a far better job of really accepting the wackiness and the absurdity of the DC universe, and it's fun. And it's mind-boggling that they've not figured out that, if we do the same thing we do with the television shows on the big screen, we'll probably do pretty well, because, like, it's fun. It's like it hits everything. Like, CW is literally like for the young people, right?
And then you get. I think Shazam was starting.
I think
take that turn,
Shazam,
but it was too late.
Well, I don't think here's the thing about Hollywood. It's never too late. Like, people are gonna pay to see a movie. But can you take the blueprint you set up for yourself with Shazam and Aquaman, because Aquaman was good too.
That was fun.
I mean,
and they got away from that whole, like, gray and blue thing.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Which
like,
was stupid.
Which was still everything.
You don't
was
have
so
to
much
make
better.
everything
yes,
Batman.
and that's once again the Batman effect. Like,
we came up with a name for it.
Batman.
Jamie coined it right here on BlurdDotRadio.
It is like there's like this circle, and Batman is that. And, like, everybody thought that, like, would take that one blueprint. Just make everybody talk deep and be angry. The world is terrible.
I'm
it's
brooding.
like everybody's brooding. Like, when you do that to Superman,
man, that was terrible.
I mean, that was like, and people will defend that movie. And I'm like, you can. That's a hill you can die on, but you're wrong in your heart, because we've all read Superman stories. And he's the most kindest, understanding.
Yo, come on, bro. Like, he be grimacing at the kids.
Yes.
Like, what do you think, little boy? Like,
except for when Lois Lane dies.
Well, no, I'm talking about the most recent ones, the Man of Steel ones.
Like, they made him an alien.
Yeah, they made, and then they didn't make him the best type. Like, the idea of
he was
Superman,
the worst kind of alien.
Yes, he's supposed to be
He's trying
the
to be human, the best of mankind.
That's the
and really, he is human, because you got to think. he doesn't really know he's an alien.
Yes.
That's why
he
kills
grew
off
up
his
as a
entire race
child.
in that movie.
They made him an alien. They made him an alien when he should have been a human.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. And it's
Ugh.
so easy. Like
And
it's,
Kevin
it's-
Costner.
Who
was
writes
like that.
this stuff?
Honestly, people who don't enjoy comic books, to be honest, or people who have never really enjoyed comic books.
But it's so much that goes into making a movie. Why wouldn't you just read a few comics? It's
why
so
very-
much time, money, effort,
which is
all
what,
of that.
supposedly, which is what's happened with Shazam, Aquaman, and Birds of Prey, is that you actually see that like they actually had comic book writers and artists and editors on the set, like giving their input. Like, and you see, and a lot of like I follow a lot of writers and artists on from DC on Twitter, and like they raved about how much the movies, like the folks in the movies actually like wanted to know about the stories.
Yeah.
So like, that makes a difference. Like, I think that's what also once again the actors from Marvel. They all read those stories. Like, I don't think it was a put on. Like, I don't think they were paid to like, talk about the books.
Yeah.
They just knew they had like with all this information.
It's part of your study.
It's part of your job to know these things. And I really think they took that serious. Whereas DC, they were just kind of like, this is who you're playing.
Yeah.
Like, do this. Like, we're doing something different. It's like, so I don't have to know all these like decades of story. Like, no, just do what we give you. And it's like, that's
take the script.
Take the script. And
I'll
this,
say because we have about a minute left.
Yeah.
If I can get some quick reactions from you, Falcone, what's his first name? Carmine Falcone. Is that the one with the scars on his face in the comic book?
No, Carmine Falcone was just one of the original gangsters of Gotham.
Well, the one with the scars on his face. He's supposed to be in the movie.
That would be Zaz.
No. He's one of the gangsters. Like he's in the mob. It might be Carmine Falcone. I might be getting it wrong.
If they're not all happening in the same universe, it might be Skullface.
No, it wasn't.
Black
Black
Mask.
Mask. It was. I believe it was because they showed a picture of him.
Hush?
No, it wasn't Hush. It was. I think it was Carmine Falcone because it was a mob.
So they're
leader.
gonna give him a scar in his face. He's never had a scar in anything. Like
Then I'm thinking of that. I'll look it up during the break. Mob Boss. The Penguin's supposed to be in it. Catwoman is supposed to be in it because they say it's supposed to be more of a detective noir, which I've heard you say on the show you wanted to see.
Like actually be a detective movie. That's the thing that the Batman movies lacked, is him being a detective. So if they actually get that right, I don't care about the suit, Plus,
There
also, I think people had a problem with the eyes, but
it's weird.
Here's
It's
the thing.
ears that bother me.
Here's the thing.
The ears
It's
are
practical. Like if you think about Batman, he's always had goggles.
Well, no, the goggles don't bother me. It's the thinness of the ears.
Oh, that's throwback though. That's old school. That's like
60s.
That's even 1940s Batman. Like,
it looks
that's
good
how-
as a drawing, but it doesn't look good.
Like if you just put in detective
on a person,
just put in Detective Comics Golden Age, and that style of like
Yo,
Cal will show up.
hey man, everybody is on me because I just really am not feeling the Watchmen series like everybody else is.
Hey guys, we got to go to a music break.
I'll talk to you about that on the air.
But I love it.
I loved it too.
Yeah, I'm
dude.
like,
I thought it was great.
then I couldn't finish.
You couldn't finish it? How far you get?
I don't know.
Why don't you like Black
Shadow?
Well,
I
guys,
watched about 5 episodes.
DJ Lokari is gonna hit you with some hits.
Of
DJ
course.
Lokari.
No, man.
What hits you gonna hit him with?
I'm gonna start it off with this Rhymefest track. You want to talk a little bit about this?
Yeah. This gonna be this is the first song I'm letting loose off the new album Love Lessons. This is me, Raheem Devon, and Black Thought, OG Philosophy.
Okay. OG Philosophy here on BlurdDotRadio. Black Dot. That's where I started off.
Black
Shout out
Thought,
to Ed
Black
Perkins.
Dot, Black Dirt.
I did start off on the show. This show is named after a show called BlurdDotRadio. Shout out to Ed Perkins. He is also the owner of Taurus Flavors on the South Side.
Hey, get that window fixed.
Yeah. I asked him about it, and he was like, ew. You're listening to BlurdDotRadio, BlurdDotRadio. We will be back at 9 o'clock with our sponsored shot and a rousing game of trading races this time. We haven't played that since the last time that Rhymefest was on the show. Yeah, stay tuned.
BlurdDotRadio.
Yeah. So this right here, it's like two OGs in the park, just having a real wise conversation as the kids play, Or like when they play chess at the table and you can't really jump in that game because that game is for the experts, the people that been here before. And it starts with one asking another a question.
Manifest, how should a man grow old?
Gratefully, graciously, and I still dress tastefully, well-rounded. The world got a whole new shape to me. What about the ladies? I'm in a relationship faithfully and finally financially stable, G. I said I'm finally financially stable, G. Spring break, tell the kids to come stay with me. I took my wife out to Paris, say la vie. Somebody called me a legend. Shorty was like 11, said his brother used to bump me when he was 7. Damn, I'm only 40, trying to make money like E40. Rolling up on exhibit, he got that good weed for me. I'm loud, dude. Watch me and Tariq set the style loose. Be careful though, Tylenol ain't all childproof. I don't smile much, but when I do, the clouds move. Out to bat 1,000, how about you? Alright, cool.
I've been places and seen some things with this OG philosophy. Let me put you on the life and game with this OG philosophy. And this could be you too one day, young G, if you're blessed to see. Cause life is all about growth and change, and that's OG philosophy.
Black Thought, how should a man grow old?
Respectfully, unapologetically wise, unregretfully acknowledging the presence of a thing called destiny, of which I'm the master. I've evolved expertly. Just yesterday, I heard a young brother say he was glad the hair on his chin wasn't the color gray. I said them grays come when you learn from your mistakes, so that salt and pepper should be a reason to celebrate. Though the science of the sage is not exact, in this phase I'm where acting my age is not an act. I went to bat for fair weather friends and got attacked. I've lived and lost it all, only I got it back. I've always known that being an anomaly was like being myself while other people follow me was like grinding hard for a minimal salary was like. Now I'm grown, living a higher quality of life, man.
I've been places and seen some things with this OG philosophy. Let me put you on the life and game with this OG philosophy. And this could be you too one day, young G, if you're blessed to see. Cause life is all about growth and change, and that's OG philosophy.
Took my whole life for me to say I'm not a nigga. Now I'm just a mystery wrapped in an enigma. I fought against the law, they questioned me like the Riddler. Thought I was the crow, your worst fears will get ya. They tried to tell me that rhyming was for the younger heart. I'm young at heart, when I was young I wasn't young and smart. I had a deal I thought was real until it fell apart.
I knew my value was far greater than what I was taught. I wanted more of the love that I'd done it for. I used to be unaware, unprepared, unassured. I've orchestrated an overture after the underscore. I'm reaching for breaching the finish line I've been running for. On an odyssey, constantly, consciously, modestly, honestly, intending to respond responsibly. Cautiously aware these young people are watching me. That's what I call true OG philosophy.
No question, the blessing is in the movement. Yeah, we tossing out the static dynamic when we pursuing real change for the people that be holding up the pyramid. It's never been clearer, kid. Topple if we move a bit in the same direction. I'm flexing all of my mic skills. Micah's in the area, you know that we just might build a nation of elevation, a squadron of the most high. Hip hop is the pedagogy, all that shit just won't slide. I could list the rest of them, but they won't stand the test of time. Claim to be about it, but you straight up just professing lies. We gon' keep it moving from the fake news and take you straight to some shit you can't relate to. If you don't feel this, then you don't know what real is. The movement started by 2, now we growing into millions. Now we growing into millions. Started by 2, now we growing into millions. The movement, now we growing into millions. Started by 2, now we growing into millions. It's the movement. It's the movement.
This is just a movement. This is who we are. This is who we can be. Shining like stars. This is just a movement. This is who we are. This is who we can be. Shining like stars. The movement. And you know this. Started by 2. Now we're going into millions. The movement. And you know this. And you know this. And you know this. And you know this. This is just a movement. This is who we are. This is who we can be. Shining like stars. Where do we start? We give the people what they really wanna hear. Spice it all up, put some flavor in your ear. Eradicating negativity, erasing. We come for the arm, for the battle like we waited. Confined minds breaking on the time like we on the grind. Magic eyes like it was his prime when he flashed the dimes. We vandalized and surprising, looking for us, you so find it. The movement been on the rise, so what's the deal, man? Had it it plain like the man did when he built this shit. See, stem from living systemic racism to be a product of that fake life, missing it. Fulfilling visions of conquering complex prisons. Statistically, supposed to be criminally dying, killing my peeps off. Smile, G.
And you know this, man.
BlurdDotRadio.
I'm gonna lose control, yeah. Don't wanna lose control, yeah. I'm gonna lose control, yeah. Don't wanna lose control, yeah. To be honest, I ain't got the time. I've been rolling on, I've been handling mine, I've been far away. The hardest part about figuring it out is understanding you deserve more. You can get more, yeah, you can give more. You need more out of love, out of life, out of sight when I'm out of line. So way deeper than the ocean. Hold your breath, we losing homies. Hurt my heart, I'm out of focus. In my bag, I hate emotions. Move too fast, but that's the motion. Nothing left to right my wrong, and I'm here. Hurdled all in my nest. Demons all in my chest. Pressing all on my soul. Feeling all on my own. Swerving out of control, I'm here. Hurdled all in my nest. Demons all in my chest. Pressing all on my soul, feeling all on my own, swerving out of control. I'm gonna lose control, yeah. Don't wanna lose control, yeah. I'm gonna lose control, yeah. Don't wanna lose control. Hurdled all in my nest, demons all in my chest, pressing all on my soul, feelings all on my own, swerving out of control, yeah. I'm gonna lose control, yeah. Don't wanna lose control, yeah. Hip-hop holy, break my heart, don't leave me lonely. Love me for the moment, fill me up, my spirit's open. Hard to find a place when pacing back and forth. Nobody want me, nobody need me. Finally see me in the mirror after years of searching something better. Finally I can hold myself together. Finally I can make it through whatever. I'm gonna lose control, yeah. Don't wanna lose control, yeah. I'm gonna lose control, yeah. Don't wanna lose control. Hurdled all in my nest, demons all in my chest, pressing all on my soul, feelings all on my own, swerving out of control, yeah. I'm gonna lose control, yeah. Don't wanna lose control, yeah.
I'm really about to lose control out of my mind. Cause people digging up all the dirt that they can find and putting all their work at the end to find it. And be up in their feelings alone because of it. You know the saying, if it ain't broke, you shouldn't fix. Too many times, speak your lies. They like to have the way to control. How should we act, how we dress, what do we say? But today, we shall be bold and say we'll never, ever. You know I'm not like everybody, like to sit back in the party. Probably wonder why the shawty sitting here alone. In my mind, I'm in the Maserati. Know we about to get it poppy. I'm aware that I can be yaddy, 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 yo. How to stay sane in the world is so cynical. To do a lot of thinking with the thought that is critical. And stay afraid up is like a spiritual miracle. And surround myself with love is a habitual ritual. I know your views don't mean much if you only seen the surface when you should've dug inside of the work already what it means to be I. And when you do, you could truly look me in my eyes. Cause I came a long way and I won't be judged and I won't be smudged at the end of the day. I just wanna be loved at the end of the day. I just wanna be hugged and our world rise above. Look, if you really got something to say, know the repercussions that could be coming your way. What goes around just comes around as a true fact. And now your words be having power to inspire change. Look, if you really got something to say, know the repercussions that could be coming your way. What goes around just comes around as a true fact. And now your words be having power to inspire change. Your words be having power to inspire change. Now I'm gonna lose control, yeah. Don't wanna lose control, yeah. I'm gonna lose control, yeah. Don't wanna lose control. Hurdled all in my nest, demons all in my chest, pressing all on my soul, feelings all on my own, swerving out of control, yeah.
I'm gonna lose control, yeah. Don't wanna lose control, yeah.
Just a fly love song, yeah. Just a fly love song, yeah. It's just a fly love song, I think I felt I was unlovable, yeah. Till I understood what love could do more better. Them 4 letters be metamorphic, of course, when used to pacify a wage war with self-worth. I wish I could've learned it first. The inner type that's eternal, not external. Just ran it backwards like a buggy before the horse, huh? My only source was 90s romantic sitcoms. Cue the laugh track was sadder than that. A whole generation learning how to love through a TV station. Devoid of patience, game pick up lines with little implications on how we can strengthen our minds. My Umi say it's the sign of the times. My pops ain't nowhere that I wanna find. My bros told me keep my eyes on the grind. To rhyme this, great to lace the instrumental with. I had to think, sipping ginger tea with turmeric. Now that's it. Ritual just for my soul. Go with the long hoodie up with headphones on. Just making space for my spirit to roam. Make some mistakes, but I'm building my zone. Not all on the phone, installing. Need to flip the script in monologue, no more withdrawing. Speak upon the love I got for self, so I'm evolving. Giving myself permission, cause I'm worthy to be the type of love in life that I wanna receive like that, y'all.
Love for myself, have I found that today? Who's in my path? What's standing in the way? I want the me type love, only wanna focus and keep sight of who I become. Choose to be free type love. I'm the one that matters to me type love. That's what I want.
I want that me type love, only one I'll ever see type love. Graduated, got degree type love. We recite thug and imitate the street light buzz. But when we finally shared the mass, do we know what we was? Underneath, like searching for change between the seats. I'm going in blind, but hoping to dive deep to find me. I tried to tell myself to let it be, cause I've been conditioned to never show where I'm weak. But it's getting dangerous, attempting to please strangers. Mindful of everything except for my own changes. They call it selfish, I think it's selfless to finally focus on what you can build yourself with. How you cool but never talk about health. How you in love but you don't love yourself. Giving your pearls but never gain any wealth or glory. Don't let the song just be an allegory. Let's count the things you do for you.
Hey everybody, you're listening to BlurdDotRadio. I'm your host, Mike Stidham. To my left is Steve.
What it do, baby?
To his left is the man that just played you the hits, DJ L.O.Kari.
DJ L.O.Kari.
We have a very, very special guest. His name is Rhymefest. And our other very special guest, Kenny.
Howdy. Howdy, howdy, howdy.
We are also joined by Heather. Well, first, DJ L.O.Kari hit you with some hits. DJ L.O.Kari, what hits did you hit him with?
So we started off with a.
Also, you should probably turn this down.
Oh wait, oh yeah, probably should turn this down.
Come on.
All right, so we started off with OG Philosophy featuring Black Thought, and it's a new track by Rhymefest. Come on. First single, let's get it. And then you heard You Already Know by my homie Aran Kabashi and the MC, the Mike. Please send him some love, man. That's my brother right there.
I was about to say, how's he doing? Because he was posting some stuff.
Yeah, send that man some love, man.
We love you, Mike.
We love you, Mike, man, for real. Also, we heard Lose Control by the Synergy Project Shy. And that song was featuring T-Spirit. So most definitely check that out. And then we just ended with a little bit of Self-Love by Michael DeVille. The name of the song is Type Love, featuring Darren Alexis.
Nice. He's got a show soon, right?
Oh, I think
maybe
so.
Him and Rich.
Him and Rich Jones?
The
Jones.
It's one of those like long Chicago artist bills.
No, yeah. I just watched them. They were at Sub T, right?
Is that where it was?
Yeah, I just went there.
Also,
shout out to Sub T.
Yeah. Also, shout out to TJ.
Also, Steve didn't tell me anything about going to that show.
I didn't know I was going until the afternoon.
That's always his excuse.
That's how I live my life.
This is how my friends treat me.
Stop fighting, guys.
Also, shout outs to TJ Ayo. I would have played some new tracks from his album, but he did not send the album yet. He dropped the album yesterday, and also had his
Depression,
album.
or was that the name of the show?
No, it was the album's called Seasonal Depression.
That's a dope title.
It is. And
He's
it's
a dope artist.
album.
He's a very dope artist. He's very energetic.
For someone with seasonal depression.
Yes.
Shout out to TJ. He'll be back on the show, what, in a month? 2 months?
Send
He's
the
the
album,
reason we're on
fam.
Spotify. And send the album to DJ Loco.
Yes, please.
So, folks, the time has come
Oh, is it?
for us to do our shot of the evening.
Oh.
We are sponsored by CH Distillery. Check out their new location in Pilsen. They do a bunch of cool live shows. They also brought Jepson's Malort back to Chicago. Jepson's Malort, it has a unique botanical. According to
Very
John
unique.
Joy,
Very
John Jay. Shout out to John Jay of the Faculty Lounge, who popularized the term
Malort
makes you retort. So, folks, we're gonna do the toast that I stole from E40. He did this on the Breakfast Club. It goes. We can raise our glasses. I am not above you.
I am not above you.
I am not below you.
I'm not below you.
I am right here with you. Cheers.
Cheers. Cough medicine, you love it.
But cough medicine, Vicks tastes better. It's a lot.
It's good stuff.
Dr. Tishless.
There it is.
Timber is amazing, bro.
There you go.
What I found is
I feel like that.
Woo!
Maybe it's because it was sitting in the cold. It tastes a little worse.
Actually, I thought it tasted better because it's in the cold.
Hold on, let me take mine.
It
Tastes
it
like
was,
somebody pissed in the grapefruit.
accurate. That is actually very accurate.
You know what it is? This is the bottle that's been sitting on top of my fridge for the longest.
Lord.
Yeah, this is crazy. Oh my god.
Did either of y'all go and re-up our Malort?
No, I'll go get it.
Okay, cool.
I mean, technically, Elgin should go get it because he lives right
does have
there.
a car.
He do live right there.
Oh, dude. There we go.
Anytime to go visit Yo would be
shout
cool.
out to Yo.
Yo is wrong.
Let me know if I make this pop up.
So,
yeah.
Shout out to Kenyatta Forbes. She handcrafted a wonderful game called Trading Races. Let me pull up the website. Go to tradingracesgame.com. Hold on, wait. There it is. It's already in the search history.
I got 4 and a possible.
Well, here's the thing. The particular BlurdDotRadio version of the game that we're going to play will deal with note cards because trading races arguments, as we saw at Rhymefest House once, get real long-winded and real loud. So, what we're going to do...
It's still going to happen.
What? The loud part?
Yeah, Rhymefest was here.
Well, still.
Yeah.
You know, the long-winded part for me. The loud part.
If somebody has Jesse Jackson,
I will go crazy.
He really did. At Patrick McCoy's house, I've seen him like,
how could you
all.
not? Dear Reverend.
The Reverend Jesse, strong presence in this room. But I've made some cards, and the rules will go: if you win a book, you pick a card. The cards, for example, quickest to quote from Genesis.
Okay.
The book of Genesis.
Yeah.
Most frequent trips to the barbershop or hair salon. Who would have the most social media followers?
Yes.
First to code switch. We are going to start off with best vegan barbecue.
Ooh.
Whoever in your hand you feel like would make the best vegan barbecue, throw them out. I'm going to play... I want to save him.
Put mine out.
Rosa Parks. Actually, you know what? That's not a bad card. But we'll go in order so the listener can keep up. I just threw out Rosa Parks. Steve, who you got?
I'm going with Fela Kuti.
Oh, he want meat for real.
Man,
I know.
He wants all the smoked meat.
DJ Alokari.
I'm throwing out Jesse Williams. Like,
yeah, he look
like he eat nothing but vegan food.
I don't know if
I don't think he
can
cook.
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't think Jesse can? You don't think he?
I think he can cook vegan food.
I think he can cook.
Vegan food's harder to cook than normal.
That's why he would do it.
I assume.
I threw out Iggy Azalea.
All you need is curry.
Iggy Azalea definitely cooking the vegan food.
But then she's Australian, like she eats kangaroo and stuff.
That is so racist.
It's true.
All their kangaroos burned up in the fire, and everyone knows that.
That was their koalas.
Listen, save Australia. Save Australian lands and the natives, please.
Also, it was the koalas.
Just saying, bro.
And the koalas had chlamydia anyway.
What?
Yeah, the koalas have chlamydia.
Aborigines, we love you. I'm sorry.
Wow, you guys are the most racist.
They do have chlamydia.
That's a
fact.
Kenny, Kenny, who you got? Best vegan barbecue.
Oprah Winfrey, because she's gonna
I want to
have
slap
somebody.
box you every time you play that. If it goes past
Because she's not gonna
Oprah
cook it.
Winfrey is not making anything barbecue.
Man.
No,
she's
Oprah
not,
Winfrey's
she's
not
not putting
making
sauce
anything.
on anything.
Oprah is putting grits.
Listen, but she's gonna put it in her magazine.
She said
might put it in the
in the
magazine.
interview, I woke up one day and I was making breakfast, so
I woke up one day.
I decided to pick an avocado for my avocado garden.
What you left out is that Trevor Noah. What you left out is that Trevor Noah asked her, "What's a normal thing that you do?"
What'd she say?
She said, "Every morning, I make avocado toast. I go up to my avocado garden." And Trevor was like, "Wait, no. People don't have
See,
avocado
she has an
gardens."
avocado garden.
That is so weird.
She might make it.
So no vegan barbecue for her.
No.
She barbecued an avocado.
She
put it in the magazine. Put
She
it in
has
the
a mild sauce helicopter to her at like 3 in the morning.
Can we just say that out of all of these people, Iggy Azalea is the one that's the most hoodest thing she does.
You don't get a okay. Here's
I mean,
I'm gonna be sexist.
The most hoodest thing she does is T.I. Keep going.
You don't get a rear end like that by eating tofu.
Nah, dog. She eating all the cornbread.
That rear end is not real.
Yeah, that's
real.
That's not real.
It's real.
That's not real.
It's real. I saw Iggy.
I seen footage.
Before she got famous.
I seen footage.
I saw it. I was
seen it.
I was seeing Iggy before she was famous. She already had that run. Like before she was famous.
That don't mean that she didn't get it paid for before. Or that she didn't pay for it herself.
What are you saying? What are you saying? I know people that go to Miami and get it for less.
Yep.
I was in Puerto Rico,
Apparently
guys.
you can go like down to Honduras or something like
She was
that.
in Australia. She had that one.
Well, Australians' version of Miami. New Zealand.
She ain't making no vegan food to keep that.
Oh, she ain't making no vegan food though. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
fine.
She ain't making no.
Let's
Jesse
move
Williams.
on to the voting round. Now, first, let's
Thought we
recap.
were voting.
Yes, we are.
Well, we're going to go in a circle and recap who we played again so the listener can keep up. I played Rosa Parks because,
She don't even know what a vegan is.
Yeah, they didn't have
They
vegans
didn't
back
even have vegan
That
food
was
back
a
then.
sin back then.
What do you mean?
What would you mean you don't eat pork?
Everything was in grease and fat.
Genesis
Yeah, come on now.
35:17
You don't want no
says,
pork?
You don't want
Come
no
on now.
fat back in your grease.
That's against the law.
Yeah, really.
Baby, what's wrong with
Well,
The
you
God
need-
put swine
The
here
boy
for
don't want
me
it. The
and
boy
you.
don't starve.
Boy, look like he
The
withering
boy
away
goes-
over there. Boy, look like he withering away. Let me cook your meal.
How you gonna cook
You
black
ate
eyed
already?
peas?
About some
How you
vegan
gonna-
barbecue. What's a vegan?
Like, you know she had the arm fat. She had that fat right there because she knows she
How
cooking.
you gonna
No.
make black eyed peas with no
Grandma
neck
Rosa.
bone?
I don't know if Rosa had the arm fat.
Hey now, what's that for?
Baby, come get this fish. This fat back, baby.
You want to rough that
Steve.
butt with us?
The most likely to do it is Oprah.
No, I mean, who did you play?
Oh, I played Fela Kuti.
Yeah, who gonna eat all the food? Eating all the jerk,
They're
whatever.
definitely taking the
everything.
chickens and doing a ceremony
Yeah.
later.
There you go.
On stage with the chicken.
Him and I was gonna make an Ozzy Osbourne joke. I
Oh,
couldn't put
here
it
we go
together
with you and the
fast
bats.
Come on now.
enough. DJ Lokari, who did you play?
I played Jesse Williams because he most definitely looks like he needs something to be.
I bet
He probably has
eaten
like
more
a
vegan food than
hipster
everybody
vegan
else.
He's
store. I
gonna
can
he's
see
gonna
him.
work it out.
No.
He's not gonna give
I
up.
can see Jesse Williams more than
Yeah, because I mean
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Jesse most definitely ain't gonna give up barbecue, so he gonna figure it out. he's gonna try to be vegan.
Yo,
He's
does
most
he
definitely-
still work?
Like as a
Actor?
No, he's like you. He's a public figure.
Oh shit.
Well, I mean,
when you go black, you can't go back to act.
Dang.
Fest, who did you throw out?
Iggy Azalea.
Fest thinks that Australia.
But because of your race,
they had Fosters.
The racistness, you all think because she has a big butt,
it's not racist.
it has to be meat in there.
I mean,
it has to be a turkey in the back of her butt.
For sure.
Must be.
Like somebody shoved 2 fine hams down the
You
back
have
of
to
your
eat.
Like just stuff 2 koalas up there.
Yeah. You're not getting that by
That's not
eating.
a butt.
You're not getting that
That's
by
not
eating
a
lean
butt,
proteins.
that's a butt.
There's no lean proteins in that.
Yeah, well. Hey, well.
Yeah.
I'll go with Jesse Williams. That's my second pick.
I'm thinking Jesse is ahead.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Kenny,
the
who you
OG
got?
version always had booty.
I threw out Oprah, and I'm gonna pick Oprah.
I feel like Oprah tried for a while.
Yeah, that's the thing.
She's
like,
rich.
Come on, she's
Them
rich.
yams. Look at
Nah.
them hips.
She had a whole Weight Watchers thing.
Nah,
She
man,
did.
that was for
She
the money.
did have
No,
Weight Watchers.
no vegetarian barbecue, vegan barbecue for her.
Listen, Oprah is a lady of the times. So if
This is a
veganism isn't,
Now,
come on now,
look at
come
Kenny.
on now.
But not barbecue. I'm saying she's not throwing sauce on
You
it.
don't think
Sauce
you
on
don't think
nothing.
Oprah would like buy up some like vegan barbecue thing? Be like, yo, this is hot. This is Oprah's food of the
Hold on, wait.
week.
I'm gonna type in.
Check under
on
your
the Google,
chair.
Oprah and vegan.
Yeah. Check under your chair. This is vegan tofu.
Here's the thing: you have to
Latin
let
barbecue.
you, as an African American male, have to let go of the sauce with barbecue because white people are on a dry rub
Yes,
and they will.
dry forever.
I'm muting you.
Forever.
How dare you?
Come on,
Let me
forever.
say
It's
something,
not
young
barbecue
Listen.
without sauce.
How is it barbecue if you ain't got no sauce
Wait a
to
minute.
it?
Dry
son?
rub.
You know, that you know, son,
The
they
first
call,
time
son,
I-
they call that grilled or Cajun. It is not barbecue, son.
Blackened.
Blackened, son.
Blackened.
The
You
first
gotta
time
That
I got
barbecue, you got to have the
the
sauce.
first time I got invited to a white barbecue and they had served me barbecue with no sauce, and I was like,
horrified. I had to. Yo, I
You might as
asked.
well
I was
put-
yo. Y'all got barbecue sauce? Like I asked. Like where's barbecue sauce at? Like do I need to go get that in
All
the
right,
house and
all
get
right.
it?
no,
we got
this is
Tabasco.
dry rub, brother.
I have before we
Dry
vote.
rub.
There is an article on Live Kindly. I've never heard of this website. Oprah says going vegan 1 meal a day is the easiest thing.
Come on now.
With a sauce.
Oprah-
One meal a day,
Oprah-
that's just toast in the
Oprah
morning.
trendsetter.
Oh no.
Oprah trendsetter. She gonna go to her
No.
vegan
One
garden.
meal a day. I
She
eat
got a
vegan
vegan
one meal a
garden.
day. Who don't eat ramen, bro? Like everybody eat vegan 1 meal a day.
I'm gonna vote for Jesse Williams. Steve, who you got?
Jesse Williams.
Jesse Williams, I definitely got.
And I just looked online. He actually is.
Wow. Look at you trying to
Wow.
spit facts.
Always a Googler.
Who threw out Jesse Williams?
You know who threw it out. Court. Wow.
Play your drop.
He did. Unbelievable.
Listen, next time you do that, you're disqualified.
Unbelievable.
You see, Bone Thugs and Harmony changed their name to Boneless.
To boneless and yo,
I didn't
that.
expect that to
What?
be funny.
So there's an Instagram.
They didn't
ad.
actually-
It's an Instagram ad
No,
on
that is-
for
But
Buffalo Wild Wings.
When Lazy was like, "Yeah, these is good, but they ain't got no bones in them."
Yeah.
It's
They are
hilarious.
hawking Buffalo Wild Wings, boneless
Yo,
Buffalo Wild Wings.
I support
Get that money.
anything
Listen,
that
yes.
my home team does.
Listen, Buffalo
They
Wild
sang
Wings.
the song of my people.
Boom, boom, boom.
Look up the ad. It's hilarious.
They had a whole song about collecting the welfare check, and I support it.
Whoa.
DJ Elocard.
Yeah, so I get to throw first, right?
That's right.
Hold on, wait.
I get to pick
Steve,
a card.
pass him the card.
Yeah, here.
Spread them out so that he may pick one at random.
Spread them cow.
You can't see what they say.
Kindly spread the cards, sir.
More frequent trips to the barbershop. Which person
And
is,
or beauty salon.
It doesn't say it in over yours.
I know, because I wrote with a really big marker.
Gotcha.
So who would go to the barbershop the most?
Who is
Who
most
looks
likely?
the freshest?
Oh, I already know.
your
Can I
hand.
just throw a man out?
Go on there.
Justin Timberlake. Cause he gotta make sure he stay as black as possible. He gotta keep getting dollars.
Supercuts don't count.
Hey, listen. Right now he's a lumberjack, but you just wait
Hey,
when he falls
my
off.
my
he's gonna come
man's
back.
always got to be fresh, man.
Colin.
He's always got to be fresh.
Colin?
When you a black
How?
Republican, you can't let
You
you.
can't, yo, that's
Colin
fair.
let it
cuts
go.
his own
That's
hair.
fair.
And he a soldier. He got to keep a trim.
True.
So
He the head soldier.
I don't know if you can even argue this one, but MLK.
Nope.
Absolutely.
Nope.
Absolutely.
He ain't never need a
Pull up
haircut. His
a,
hair
pull
grew
up
like
a
that.
picture of
Yeah, honestly,
MLK's haircut.
I don't think I've ever seen a picture of him in a barber shop, which is weird,
Oh,
right?
with hair.
That's weird, right?
Pull up a
Like,
picture of
I feel
MLK's
like there should be
haircut.
an MLK picture of him in a barber shop. But I
I'm
don't think
sure
I've
there
ever
is.
seen one.
Never.
Cause like growing up in black barbershops, like old school black barbershops,
Yeah, there's a picture.
you
of
would have
MLK.
saw a picture of MLK.
Let me tell you something.
Your barber
In the
probably told
barbershop.
you that he cut MLK's hair once.
Everybody got that story, but then nobody got a picture of it.
His barber traveled with him. If MLK was in the barbershop, he wouldn't have been doing nonviolence for long. They would have talked. Oh, man, there would have been a
so
problem.
much
They was like,
smack.
boy, you was getting your head beat in. Boy.
So much smack
He
talk
would have
after
got
the
teased so hard at the
It's
barbershop.
like I saw you get hit in the head again, Martin.
Boy,
What
you let him boy. I tell you, Martin.
You let
But
that
hold
boy.
on.
You
let
a
that
fool
dog
out
bite you.
there.
You let that dog bite your butt, boy. Boy, you crazy.
Martin Luther King definitely cut his own hair. I'm looking at it, yeah.
He definitely cut his own hair.
MLK maintained
got?
that same haircut the
who am
entire
I?
run of his life.
That's his life.
I'm just saying,
That's
he
just
had to go to a shop.
He ain't
He
never go
had
to
a
a shop.
pair of oysters, bro.
Hold on, wait, because Steve might have just won.
Maxine Waters, because have you ever seen
Oh,
that out of
wig.
place?
Stay fresh.
Hey,
though.
wig.
Okay,
But
but
it's a
what?
fresh
It's
wig.
a
It's
fresh
a fresh
wig.
wig, though.
No, but it
Fresh
ain't the
wig.
barbershop.
Yeah,
It
that's
ain't the
true.
beauty
Barbershop.
shop.
Have you ever-
She throw that on in the morning
I
off the
have-
You
mannequin.
can't take.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
that's fair.
Hold
You
on.
don't go to the
As
barbershop for a
As a
party.
person
She's a congresswoman.
who's had to spend hours
Here
in
we
the
go.
wig store with his grandmother,
Touche.
hours,
Uh-huh.
and only entertainment I had was to stare at the fake no limit chains that they had in the front of the
Yes,
store.
everywhere.
I think going to the wig shop is a chore just as much as going to get your hair cut.
No,
Okay.
that's fair. Beauty's because like you still have to style the wig how you
No,
want it
no,
too.
but I got to come back with this. When you go to the wig shop, yes, you're going to be in there for hours, but you won't be back there for months. So all I'm saying is this. Colin Powell was at the barber shop 2-3 days a week.
Hold on.
He had to be...
Colin Powell with the best guys.
Before
matter.
we wrap up our voting, I'm going to play this card
Oh man.
because you never saw this man's hair look a single strand out of place.
Wow, sharp.
Ronald Reagan.
Wow, get no, he ain't had a barber.
Get your old tear down this
Right?
wall.
Yeah,
You went to the
He
shop.
had a barber
he
named
had to go to-
George.
that-
Like,
they had to
come
go to
on.
the shop because that's
His
where they had
barber-
the clan meetings too. You know,
His
you
barber
think we
had
the
one of
only
those little
ones?
spinny things.
Yes, his
outside.
barber actually had the spinny thing outside and like actually wore the barber coat.
Oh yeah.
And
He
his
had
name was like
glasses.
his name was Lloyd.
Lloyd.
He used shears.
And he
Yes.
always-
Grant.
Shears and a razor. That's all he did.
Clink, clink, clink,
Can I get that hot shave again, please?
What kind of jelly beans do you like, Lloyd?
Lloyd, did you see my movie in
Lloyd
the
was
50s?
probably
I
like
love
a
being a
ex-Marine.
cowboy, Lloyd.
You're good at that. You're very good at that.
All right. Starting with DJ Lokari, who did you play?
I played Martin Luther King Jr. For having the most consistent haircut his entire career.
Wait, but what's the card say? No, what's the card? No, what's the card say?
Most frequent. In order to keep that haircut up.
No, say what the card said.
Most frequent.
Say what the card said.
Black men, look. If you
say what the card said.
It said most.
Say what the card said.
Let me say it, kid.
Okay.
I said,
He's not gonna say it. Are you gonna say it?
I'm trying to say.
Then say it.
He's not gonna say it.
You know, right? He ain't gonna say it.
He's gonna say it after a 5-minute
Frequent
explanation.
trips.
Most frequent trips.
Well.
That's what I'm saying.
To the barber shop.
To the barber shop.
Martin, no, he ain't going to barber shop.
He most definitely went to
cut
barber
his
shop.
own hair.
Cut his own hair.
Hold on,
That
look,
barber,
Kevin.
his
His
barber
liner
would've-
was
He
always
would've got
off, bro.
roasted.
He said to get it later on, fam. You know what I'm saying? He was worried about the haircut.
Hey,
he was like,
there is no fit.
Martin
Bro.
was like,
Look at that widow's peak.
no one
He ain't-
shall touch thine hairline.
There is no
Look at this picture.
pictures.
Take it back.
I'm gonna let you know.
You can't look at it.
We have been.
I
I have
touched everything but the mountaintop.
What was he doing? What was he doing? Just getting a trim? Or
Bro,
what was
Make
going
sure
on?
that it doesn't go past
like
this
listen.
high,
Real talk.
'cause
I'd
I'm
like a
tryna be
bowl.
down low.
Black history, as many
Coretta,
Black
tell him
history
don't touch
photos
my
as we
lining.
have of Martin, You ain't never seen
Could
a
you
picture.
imagine? No, could you imagine what his hair would be like if he got a lot?
Boy would be.
He would have a LeBron, okay? He would have a LeBron. He wanted to keep what he had,
and he would have
He's
bass,
trying to keep what
bass
he had.
in his voice all the time
because that hairline was helping him hold on.
Can we all just say Martin Luther King cut his own hair?
Come on, it's true. Come on, he definitely did.
I mean, he probably didn't. He probably had like one of his
he couldn't go to the barbershop with that.
but it wasn't the barbershop.
One of the things we know,
It wasn't
the
It was
first
probably
thing
Colin Powell.
when you join the
Messed it up.
military, the first thing they do is
Cut
shave your head. Not only is that the first thing, they make sure your head is cut, and they got a barber in the military barracks to cut your hair regularly because it has to be a certain length to be in the military.
It was
This was
Bill
the
on
top
King of the
cop.
Hill.
He was in the barbershop the most.
Yeah, but he ain't get no taper.
He ain't get.
It don't matter what kind of haircut he got.
Guess who got a taper frequently and often, especially when he was hanging out with Timberland. Justin Timberlake. Come on, he had to get it. He had to go. He had to go deep cover.
I seen it was straight back.
Yes,
I seen it was straight back.
We have seen him with cornrows. Don't
rap.
forget, he's had cornrows, and it was terrifying.
Justin
Okay, people.
Timberlake
Hold on.
Don't
We didn't
forget.
say whether or not they got the hair cut. Most frequent trips. You know,
Bro.
King had to stop at every barbershop.
Bro,
Every
Timberlake had
barbershop.
to. Bro, when
To make a
Timberlake was
speech.
wearing the J's and hanging out with
I had
black
a
folk,
dream.
And then they were like, yo, man, let us go ahead and line you up, King. He was like, don't even worry about that.
Timberlake.
I gotta go next door.
Justin was in the studio with Timberlake. You know he had to get black.
Justin has a
Man,
wave
he
cap.
ain't gonna know.
Yeah, he
about
had a
that.
wave. He had a wave cap. That man had a wave cap. Like he played black culture for a fiddle, just to leave it and he'd be like
You
a
know, I
woodsman.
bet you
And
he had a
make a
wave
country
cap
album.
made of
Why
an
you gotta
actual.
Just like a
He
country
had a
album,
wave
bro.
cap made of an actual stocking with a little like spot on top.
Bro, he took.
Colin Powell, part of his job was at the barbershop.
I'm saying
He
Justin
didn't go
Timberlake
there
because he.
more than
Hey, Justin had to
you
go
know
deep
what I mean?
cover. That's all I'm saying. Justin had to go deep cover for
frequent
that.
trips fun, fam.
Justin was
For-
faking.
For clarity for the listener, I played Ronald Reagan because his hair looked the same while he was falling asleep on
So
camera.
did Dr. Martin Luther King.
No.
You didn't fall asleep on
Dr.
camera.
King did not.
You would have said that no matter what I said.
Now I was talking about, you know what I mean? What?
Yo,
Steve,
you know,
who would
I
you
think
play?
if we keep imitating King, we'll get stuck talking like it. It's fun.
It is quite amazing.
Going to the mountain.
I'm too soft spoken. I played Maxine Waters because you know she pulled.
You know she got a good
Not
wig.
only was she adjacent to the barbershop, she probably grabbed, she probably grabbed a bunch of brothers from the barbershop
She
when they were
didn't go
acting
to
up.
no
Mhm.
barbershop. She went to the beauty supply store.
who else is in every episode of American BET's American Gangster?
Look, man, Maxine Waters.
She
Maxine
did
Waters went to the
she
beauty
represented
supply
Jay Prince
shop.
when the feds were trying to get
That
him.
is not a beauty.
Yeah,
she didn't go.
yeah,
she went
yeah,
to the
you're
beauty
right.
supply.
The beauty
She didn't go
supply
to
is
the
not the same
As
as
the
beauty.
person.
How you get rid of
Let's
your
be
original
real. You know,
shit?
man.
Get rid of your
Come on now,
original
y'all know
shit.
Maxine stayed in beauty supply in the beauty shop.
And
though.
the-
Nah,
That's the
see?
supply. Come on now.
Of course you
Even
know.
with the
But
even
it's
with
a whole
wigs.
thing.
Come on.
All right,
It's a whole
all right,
thing with
all
Bill
right,
O'Reilly.
all
Real talk.
Make fun of
Folks.
wigs.
We
Well,
got.
Maxine Waters.
Call her James Brown.
I'm going to start the.
Watch out.
Well, DJ Lokari, make it quick.
Man, I hate to say it, but Justin Timberlake.
Rhymefest, who you got?
Colin Powell.
Kenny.
Maxine Waters.
I feel like Colin Powell is in the military. Your hair can't be out of place.
In the Bumblebee movie, I watched Colin Powell's character get annihilated by
At the barbershop.
No,
Wait.
no.
Was it actually supposed to be
JT
Colin
done
Powell?
had-
Yeah, it was.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
It was a dude with the Powell.
Yes. Oh yeah.
They killed Colin Powell?
Oh
Killed
yeah.
Colin Powell.
I don't even know why. Like it's so
It
random.
looked, yeah, I don't know who played it, but it looked like Fred
What is Colin
Armistead.
Powell?
Yeah, I think you're right.
I'm
Those
mad.
random people that is those Transformer movies. My God.
I'm genuinely.
You
Oh,
should
yeah.
be. Those Transformer movies
Yeah, I'm
were
still
an
gonna-
abomination.
They're not
I
good. And
wanna-
they're making another one.
Justin
Another
Timberlake has
Transformer
had
movie?
over 8 different hairstyles.
Why?
They said they're considering doing Beast Wars.
Oh, I heard about that.
Oh, please, God, don't ruin
Beast
Don't
Wars.
ruin
Beast
Let it
War,
be
yeah,
what
that's
it
the
is.
best one too.
Let it be
Oh.
what it is.
Beast Machines wasn't
That's
good.
what
Beast
made me
Wars was
like,
great.
yo, Beast Wars made me into an atheist.
Yo, did y'all
That's
ever
real,
buy
though.
those?
That's real though.
What was the name of those rock Transformers?
Uh,
They were rocks though.
Oh no.
Oh, I know what you're
thought
talking
you
about.
They had a
I like the
cartoon
cheap
and
ones.
everything.
I know what you're talking about. I can't think
That's,
of what
that
they're
sounds
called, though.
like
We're getting
those
on the Google.
Transformers.
That was fun.
Yeah,
That's,
I know what
that
you're talking
sound
about.
like somebody's parent got them like something off to the
Oh
side.
yeah,
was
it's
like, hold on a
definitely
second.
They definitely got you that toy from the dollar store.
Yeah.
No, that was
Mighty
it
Rangers.
was a dope toy.
Mighty Rangers.
These is
Mighty
Transformers,
Rangers.
Mighty Tough Rangers.
They were called the
Rock Lords.
Rock Lords.
Rock Lords.
Yeah.
Wow,
King of the living rocks.
Yo,
I remember that. I remember that.
Rhymefest, you low-key showed your age.
Yo, what's that Rock Lord?
Rock Lords.
You know what that was? It's a really easy toy to make.
Seriously.
I was like,
you gotta do some of these.
I was like, I want Mount Everest.
All these spare rocks.
We gotta do something with all these spare rocks.
Stupid
man.
pet rocks we can sell.
Don't know where we're doing
Oh, Rock Lords. I miss those guys.
Yo. So, folks, it is 9:25 on this clock, which is wrong. Who won? Who won books?
Yeah, I don't know who won that one. They Colin Powell won?
I think Colin Powell won. Yeah,
okay.
Colin Powell won by 1.
So that means
Fest, that's your
Rhymefest.
book.
I got it.
Won
I
the
got
book.
one. I got what's mine.
Now here's the thing.
I got what belongs
Mike
to me.
isn't coming in tonight, and there's nobody after this. Do you all want to finish this game?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, sure, why not?
Why not? We're having
Okay.
fun.
All right. Fest, you won.
Where's my
DJ Lokari? If you could present the card.
See?
Oh, my bad.
Tight.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Superior Drip.
Who was the best dressed?
Yep.
In your hand.
See, this is tricky.
Tough.
This is tricky.
Does Fest start us off?
He does. Who'd you play for?
Oh, dang it.
Rodman?
Dang it. That was
Come
good.
on.
Do better than that.
He
Dang
did
it.
have a very diverse wardrobe.
You did.
Ah,
That's
From the
for sure.
hair to the rear.
That's-
listen, that was.
And I'm going to tell you about the third time I broke my penis.
I remember one day he showed up on a motorcycle with a wedding dress.
There you go.
Iconic.
Changed
Everything.
work.
Oh,
Also,
man.
another black man that Madonna had sex with. She
Yep.
was out
Doesn't
there.
matter.
She was going to get it. Oh, and he said she tried to pay him to get her pregnant.
Very true.
He
said
shoulda
that.
did
I
it.
don't know if it was
Ew.
very true, but he said it in an interview.
I
It
can
could
see
be.
that.
Madonna didn't
absolutely-
I mean, I
confirm.
absolutely believe
I could
that.
absolutely see that.
That
And
was
I don't
before
think-
she adopted
Hey,
all
you
of
think
that.
Madonna has $1 billion?
Yeah. We can find out.
Are her songs in commercials?
You know, she had money in that when they found the Panama Papers. She
Yeah,
had
she was
money
one of 'em.
buried. Yeah, she was one of those people.
Isn't it funny how nobody talks about the
Well, I said, nobody talk about that anymore.
She's not a billionaire.
Because
Weird.
nobody's going to jail.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
Madonna's not a
Emma Watson
uh,
also has money in
billionaire.
the Panama
She's
Papers.
worth 850 million.
Harry Potter.
That's great.
No.
No, I know who Emma was. I'm talking about it.
It's not a car. It's not like it.
She's extremely.
I have a
Candy
wild
League.
card, so I picked Beyonce because that's
Ooh.
as close as I'm gonna get Dennis Rodman. I don't think it's gonna beat Dennis
Well,
Rodman because I'm voting for Dennis Rodman.
Because he dresses himself.
Yeah,
So
that's
that,
what- I mean,
that makes it different.
Well, that's because my wild card was going to beat Dennis Rodman, so I lost.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, so I had to go with my
I'll
number
take
2.
that. I'll take
So
that.
since I don't know if I can win, I'm just gonna throw out David A. Clark Jr.
No.
He wears a fine
Trash.
cowboy hat.
Yikes.
So trash.
Yikes, he's the worst.
See?
Glad I picked that.
This is terrible. I don't want to
You
lose.
don't have
I don't want to lose this hand, but I don't want to. I just want to throw out Terrence Howard. I don't know.
You should've
Oh,
saved him.
man.
I
You
Yeah,
just-
should have
man.
saved him.
I don't know what I was gonna save him for. I don't know if
Hey,
the
man.
car's gonna.
I'll be looking clean, man.
Yeah.
Gotta go with.
I seen him in
Robbie
a. I
Strip,
seen him in
baby.
a do rag. I seen him with dreadlocks. I seen him. I seen
Whoop
him.
that trick.
Whoop that trick.
You never saw him in an Iron Man suit.
I see him in a.
Oh.
The only thing that.
But you know what? Good for him though. He won more money.
The reason he
knew-
won't win
knew.
is because I seen him in a fedora.
I agree.
You
no, I was,
remember when Kaz and was it Kaz and DJ Elokari? They got into a screaming match about
Yeah.
about Iron Man down the street at Continental.
Oh yeah,
That was pretty
yeah.
funny.
We didn't scare all the white people out of there.
I mean, there were no people in there.
Yeah, it was like, oh yeah, I was just doing it.
That was like a 40-minute screaming match between you.
Don't you really like seeing Don Cheadle in that role better than Terrence
Yeah,
Howard?
absolutely.
though?
I do.
That was
And
what
I
it
really
should
liked
have
Iron
been.
Man one.
Yeah.
Thinking back on it, Terrence Howard could have played it.
No, not
No,
like
he's honestly he's better as like there are a couple of the black heroes that like kind of like have like that drip that like to the and
you know what I would like? I would have liked to have seen him in what's my man's name that was in Netflix?
Not Luke Cage, but
like
the villain.
some type of Luke Cage villain.
Yeah,
like that type of film.
Yes.
Oh, like Cottonmouth?
Oh, dude, he could be a great Cottonmouth.
That would be like
he would have been a great
I don't think
Cottonmouth.
you could beat Marshall Ali. Like he'd have tried to add different stuff to it.
Oh, but that's the thing. I think that's what makes him great. Is that he kind of
you've seen him be a musician before, so maybe it would have worked.
Yeah,
I could.
Come on.
I'm Don Cheadle is a better war machine because he's more socially aware, like as a person.
Militaristic.
Yeah. He's like
just squirrel trying to get a nut.
He's also a way better actor.
Oh,
everybody.
Almost everybody in all of those movies.
Yeah, 100%.
He did play Miles Davis.
Yeah,
he did
exactly.
You might be the king of Harlem, man, but I'm the king of Maine, man.
Did everybody throw up?
No, I
DJ
didn't.
Locari, who you got?
The freshest man on the planet, Mr. Frederick Douglass. That
Hell
man's drip. That man's drip.
Hell no,
That
man. He had the same
drip.
suit every day.
Yo,
Might as well be Cornell West.
Everybody.
I never met
same people. Cornell West, Frederick Douglass, same people, different time.
I never met a dude with a drip.
He didn't have a choice.
To the hair, to the suit. Oh my god,
bro, he got a funeral parlor suit on every day.
Have you ever met anybody with the drip that was named Frederick or Douglass? No, that's science, bro.
Now listen,
that's science.
For his time, aside from being like a riverboat captain, he did a pretty good job.
He got on
he
the
was
LL
pretty
Bean.
fashion forward.
He's LL Bean, bro.
There was no LL Bean.
No, man.
bro.
There were barely beans.
Everybody had this. Listen, everybody had the same fit back then anyway. Everybody had that casual like suit and tie with an ascot look anyway.
He was a handsome fella.
No, hey, you ever notice you never get a young picture of Frederick Douglass?
There's
That's
one.
him.
He was born old.
Basically.
Well, also there weren't cameras. I don't know.
Frederick Douglass
How they get pictures
fly,
in?
bro. I thought Frederick Douglass was super fly, bro.
I mean, it's the same suit though. Everybody dressed like that.
He probably just had
Everybody dressed, but I'm just saying.
It's Cornell West, bro.
I'm just saying everybody dressed like that. Everybody dressed like that though. If you look at pictures from that time frame, everybody dressed like that.
White folks dress like that during that.
That's
time.
why the part was important.
That was his.
Yeah, because
one drip.
You know what? Because you know what
He could
black
only get the
people
one
were
drip
wearing.
on it.
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying. It's like that dude was like.
We were wearing chains. We were wearing chains.
His part was his
We were
hat.
wearing burlap sacks.
Burlap sacks and chains. But
Yeah, right?
not like in the
had
cool
and
Yeezy
he'd be
season.
like- Yo, if you even look at these younger pictures of him that they've colorized, man, my dude is like finger waves and everything. Like, dude,
He said finger waves.
Yeah, I mean,
Come
my
on,
dude is
bro.
fly,
They
bro.
also
Like,
colorized the picture.
He can't be dripping
Yeah.
when everybody else is suffering. That isn't that different.
Yeah.
Like
But
he
that
was
man
dripping.
also paved the way,
I'm sure
though.
Harriet Tubman had a problem with that.
Like Harriet looked.
Like you forgot where you came from,
real, like-
Freddie.
But let's
I'm not
also not
hearing it.
forget that once Harriet Tubman
Freddie.
became free, she dressed as a free person too. You know what I mean?
Who?
Well,
She
she
wasn't
wasn't wearing a
wearing rags.
potato
She wasn't
sack
wearing
anymore.
Potato
Who?
sack.
You know what I
though.
mean? Like Harriet Tubman, she wasn't.
I ain't
But she
never
wasn't
seen her
dripping,
outside
though.
of rags.
Fam, come on now.
Show
I mean,
me
she
a
had
fashion
on
for a picture of Harriet
a
Tubman.
dress.
Real talk. That's true. It's the same thing.
Let's talk about
She
Terrence
was
Howard
mad.
right here.
Oh my
and
God,
tired.
no.
Let's talk about Terrence Howard right here.
Show us
Yeah.
the camera. Make sure that
That's
Do-rag man,
That's
man,
just
man,
because I ain't
man,
pull up
man.
Dennis Rodman.
But like,
What is this?
most iconic
What?
picture of
The
Harriet
best,
Tubman,
the
she's
greatest.
been a bit of
You
drip.
look
quote-
like your uncle that's still
the
trying to
quote,
stay
the
young.
quote,
Like, when you get free, you start dressing as a free person,
the
you know
timeless artist Thundercat. Do you like me in my
You know
do
what I mean?
rag?
Like,
Yo,
you-
Dragon Ball Durag is
like,
a
you gotta-
what?
you
A
gotta
plus.
Show that once you are free,
A
that you need to start
plus.
dressing as a free
All
person.
right,
Like, my
all right.
dude,
We got to start the voting.
I'm
Dennis Rodman.
Best, what you got?
I've been
Dennis
drinking
Rodman,
Cavassier all day.
Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, I'm gonna vote for Dennis Rodman.
I gotta vote with Dennis Rodman
Yeah,
also.
Dennis Rodman, baby.
Nobody has ever
The
that
word.
was brave back then.
Yeah.
That was extremely.
Young-
Not dressed like that. And paint your nails.
Young Thug showed
Yeah,
up to
there
the photo shoot. Who was like, "Yo,
Brave
I
the best
I have an
dress?
AK on me. Can we just put me in a
Fashion
dress?"
forward, baby.
Would you wear that?
He dressed so dope, it disturbed other basketball players.
Oh yeah,
That's how he was winning games.
That and what was it? They were talking about the beef between him and Karl Malone. He was like, Karl Malone got a weak mind because he would just like whisper stuff in Karl Malone's ear
Yeah.
that would throw him off.
Yeah, really juicy.
I'll pick another one.
You looking really good today, brother.
Probably stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like the way you jump.
All right, next one. Most social media followers.
Who in your hand? Oh, easy. I got it.
I'm throwing mine out.
Who is it?
Russell Peters, man. Or Jesse Lee Peterson.
Oh, yo,
I'm sorry.
Kenny
Jesse
won
Lee
this
Peterson.
one.
Who's Jesse Lee?
Jesse Lee Peterson is the black dude to get everybody upset when he be talking about, but you're lazy because you're black, right?
The preacher?
You're lazy because you're black, right? And you know, oh, you got to go watch this dude. He's the great, and he get him off their rocker, and he actually proved his point, but he really playing He playing reverse.
Oh wow, I check that out.
He
He's like, I love
interview
Trump.
With DC Young Fly.
I've seen pictures of him. I've never
watched.
Hilarious.
I've never actually heard this person talk. I've just seen his face,
Watch
on
the
my
interview
Facebook
with
feed.
him and DC Young Fly.
Go
It's
watch
so
it.
funny.
You'll love him.
I'll check it out.
Okay,
It's like Riley talking to Uncle Ruggers.
Yes.
Kenny played
O.J. Simpson, the juice.
He does have a lot of social media.
He does.
Like, did you do it? Did you do it?
He has more than Jesse.
He wasn't around. Actually, he might have some sort of Instagram page.
He does.
Muhammad Ali.
Nope.
Had he had a social media page, all of Africa
Would not have beat OJ.
The Thriller in
Yeah,
Manila.
sure. Not being no
Who
OJ.
turned an entire country against George Foreman. He
You,
would have had a
you,
whole.
you know, you know how you would judge this? You would say, who has more, OJ or Colin Kaepernick?
Does he have
OJ,
more?
I think, actually still has more.
Boom.
Yeah.
He beat Muhammad Ali.
Hold on, wait.
Because
Yeah,
that's who
that's real.
today's Muhammad Ali is.
Yeah.
No.
Who else we got?
He is not a rapper like Muhammad Ali was. He doesn't have the bars. Colin Kaepernick couldn't.
Nobody
turn.
is a rapper like Muhammad Ali was.
That is a fact. He had an album.
Nelson Mandela, he has no social media followers.
Yeah, he has none.
No one cares.
No, he doesn't care either. Yeah,
Just
he
another
does not
nigga
care.
came out of jail.
Yeah.
Well, let me-
He's like, what is Twitter?
Nothing they got
Is
to
there
do.
anybody we can compare him?
What is Twitter?
What is Twitter? What is Twitter?
What is this Twitter?
What is Twitter? Is that a
What
bird?
is this tweet?
Is this bird? I see
What
this
is
bird
bird?
here.
Why do we tweet?
Why do we tweet?
What is this tweet?
Send this letter.
Is
Did
it
we actually
freedom?
look up the OJ number?
Oh no.
Or justice?
I thought that's what you were doing.
No. I was looking for my own selfish game, but like I'm hoping for like a really
He does like have a
little.
OJ had. Oh, this is OJ.
No, I got.
No, he does have a real one.
Yo, OJ.
Yeah.
He does have a
And
real
it be live.
Yeah.
I follow OJ.
Yeah.
Yeah. OJ got.
I can't
OJ
follow
be
him.
saying dope stuff.
Really?
I don't
Man.
believe that. That I don't believe.
I follow OJ. And OJ let people say crazy stuff to him.
I noticed that. Yeah. I
Yeah.
did see that when
And he roll with
rolls
it.
with it.
He doesn't
He's
have
wild.
any that are.
Like, he don't
He's
care.
wild
Yeah.
as a 70-year-old.
Like,
He
just
doesn't have
living.
anything with the star next to it.
He don't need
He
that. I
doesn't-
ain't
yeah,
got that.
Yeah, but I say he had that.
Because this one says that OJ has 4,152 followers.
No, you're on the
the
wrong
real
one.
This
Wrong
one
one.
says he has.
Wait,
3,000.
look.
The real OJ
on
Simpson,
Twitter,
which
not on Instagram.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, on
Yeah, on
Twitter, OJ has 926K, 926.7K followers.
Yeah, he's
He's
How many does
popping.
Kaepernick
he's
got?
pop.
And it's because he's been saying the most stupidest
You
stuff.
watching
online.
Like, I just got inducted
Not
to
yet,
the
no.
hall of like. He'll be like, I just got an award for blah blah blah. They like, oh, there you go, OJ.
There goes OJ talking crazy
Yeah,
again.
and he does nothing but post videos all day.
Actually, you know, my daughter started at Colorado. She thought she was going to be a skier. Didn't quite work out, and she ended up going
He's
to
just an old
Howard
man
and
online
graduated from
talking.
Howard. Kind of proud of
That's
her.
what's the best part.
I met Coach Tucker. I really like Coach Tucker a lot.
That's enough.
in his Titleist hat, golfing, talking.
I was hoping you would say something controversial.
No, it's not really like
No,
that.
he's just an old man
He's
talking.
just an old man talking.
Old dude
Hi, I
talking.
got away with murder, and then I went to jail after because white folks never forgave me.
And it does great for him.
Yes. Listen, that's his whole like shtick.
And he
Fast
got
as
his
you can-
pension.
Well, let's go around and say who we threw.
Oh, I didn't throw out yet.
Oh, right. LJ didn't throw out yet.
All right, so man, this was tough. This is really tough. Half of me wants to hold on to one card just to see what happens, and then the last one is
Let
just,
go, brother.
Let go,
brother.
Let it go. Yeah, we gotta play the game. You let go.
Man,
You gotta play the game.
In today's climate, who would have the most social media followers?
Oh no. Is he gonna play Vanilla Ice?
Oh.
Uncle Tom.
Uncle Tom.
Oh, yeah.
In today's
actually,
climate,
he would.
Hold on. Uncle OJ beat all of them.
I don't know, man.
There's
OJ is Uncle Tom.
There's a lot of races, like real races, on Twitter.
Today's climate.
Oh, yeah.
See, that's the thing. Y'all ain't been in Twitter since 2009. There's always been more racists on Twitter.
I know. I've been on Twitter from like my Twitter race was 11 years. I've been there.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been there.
They've been there.
No. You obviously never read Uncle Tom's Cabin. Uncle Tom was like the nicest. Like I don't want no controversy, dude.
Right.
I mean, of course he was.
You know what I'm saying? Like he wouldn't even. He'd be like, "Hey, I don't want no smoke on this."
And those were the
Donald
black peoples in the comments on Twitter for the past 11 years. Basically, they're the same people. Yeah, I don't know.
His social media wouldn't be popping.
It would be, dude. I can.
Uncle Tom ain't want no smoke.
Fest, who'd you throw out?
I lost.
But for our listeners' sake,
for the listeners' sake, I threw out Jesse Lee Peterson. So you're lazy because you're black, right? That's Jesse Lee.
There you go.
But I'm voting for OJ.
OJ.
You threw out OJ?
I did throw out OJ.
Who did I throw out? Muhammad Ali. Steve, who'd you throw out?
I don't remember.
Somebody threw Nelson Mandela.
Nelson Mandela.
Yeah, Nelson.
Yeah, no.
And DJ Lokari threw out
Uncle Tom.
I'm gonna vote for OJ. It's an unfair advantage because he actually has a social media.
OJ, yeah, bring it home, OJ, bring it home.
This belongs to you, young man.
Yes.
All right.
Thanks, OJ.
We got one more card left.
Last card.
I don't know if this card's gonna win anything.
Okay. Ha. First to code switch. First.
Oh man, I got
to
that.
code switch.
I win this one.
I win.
I don't.
Okay, I don't.
I win.
I have Black Jesus because that's my only card left.
Yeah, he got
he's the ultimate code switcher.
You know, when in Rome, do as the Romans. That's what Peter said.
I'm gonna throw out Nina Simone. Jazz, classical music. Come on now.
Yeah, but if she was in a job interview, she would not change her voice.
She was with music and she changed the keys of the piano.
But we talking about code switching, like you get around white people, you sound
Who's
white.
to say what kind of code switching we talk?
Okay.
When she get around white, the only people at her concerts is white.
Nah, I don't think she did not have to like code switch that much.
She didn't change for anybody.
She talked crap on stage. She played like a white person.
Yeah, I'm
She
black.
didn't play like a white person. She played like a black person.
She's not.
You ever seen who was at the concert?
Yeah,
I mean,
a lot of white folk.
But she didn't have to change in order to have that.
White folk at the Coachella.
White folks at all the black concerts. I got Huey P. Newton. There's no way that he code switch for anybody.
Never.
I bet he did when he went to jail.
He was like, "What?"
He went from doctor to now I'm in here with Crips.
I'm actually happy that I saved this card because this man
crack switch.
Crack switch.
Wow, Herman Cain.
So disrespectful. Yes.
Herman
He
Cain.
wins.
There you go.
He went from.
I'm glad I saved that one.
He probably makes vegan chicken.
I should have saved Colin Powell.
Here we go.
Stacey Dash.
Stacey
Whoa.
Dash.
But then here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Hold on,
Stacey
no,
has
wait a
never-
minute.
Stacey has never sounded culturally black.
She has never sounded.
ever.
Yeah.
No.
And Herman Cain sounds black all the time.
He does. But I bet you if he's in an office, he's like, "Whoa, sir."
Hold on there. Hold on there, buddy.
Yeah.
I think Stacey Jazz is
On the
just
golf
trying
course.
It ain't no trying. That's just.
You seen what her?
Hey there, Will. You ready to swing on the back down there, bud?
You seen the video of her getting arrested?
No, I didn't.
Oh, that's pretty.
I
sad.
am a
Yeah,
black
that's
white
pretty
woman.
Because she's getting arrested and they don't know who she is, but TMZ knows who she is, and TMZ is right there. And like
TMZ is everywhere.
I don't know how they be.
Did she beat up her boyfriend?
Yeah. She threw hands.
Look at that. Like Tiger Woods' wife.
Yeah, but Herman Cain most definitely.
Yeah, I vote for Herman Cain.
I don't think Herman Cain knows how to code switch. Yeah. I think white people find him entertaining because he doesn't code switch. Yeah,
that is true.
Yeah,
I'm still
Herman
giving
Cain.
it. I'm still giving it to Herman.
Yeah.
Herman Cain.
Herman Cain.
I mean, Stacey Dash was clueless for a reason.
That's true.
She sounds like a valley girl.
She sounds like a valley girl.
I don't think so. I think we just don't know her accent.
Think so?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
She has it.
I think she's lost it. I don't think there's
Yeah,
there
probably.
anymore.
Yeah, I think so too.
So folks, that was a rousing game of Trading Races. Again, shout out to Kenyatta Forbes. Go to tradingracesgame.com. Buy yourself a pack. Rhymefest is in them.
Yes,
He has a card.
I do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write a How to Play Me.
There you go. Will it be in the book?
No.
You've been listening to BlurdDotRadio, BLURDDOTRADIO. It is time for Shouts and Murmurs.
Shouts and murmurs, baby. Shouts and murmurs.
Easy learner. Hot burner. Tina Turner. Argentina. Misdemeanor. I can't stand the rain no more. I can't get the pain no more. We gon' hit the gang for sure. Tell my people rain some.
We're saving that.
Yes.
When we make a commercial, that's gonna be the first thing that happens.
That's ours.
Lock the suitcase. My name is Mike. I'm your host. I want to shout out Mel Brooks and Ricardo Jackson, who do our Facebook page. I want to send a rest in peace shout out to my good friend RJ Lacey. I want to shout out Chris Duncan and Taylor Bowman because they're getting married next week. I'm in the wedding party. It's why I had to raise a bunch of money so that I could be in their bachelor party and in the wedding itself. I also want to give a shout out to Real Deal Razy K, who made this beat. It is called Illusions. Go check it out. Give him some views or some streams. And that's what I got. Oh, shout out to Rhymefest.
Mm-hmm. Hey, is this beat taken, man?
I don't think so.
Hey, man, just slide this beat over, man.
Real Deal Razy K, you heard it here.
Yeah, that's dope.
Is it on me?
Yes.
Okay. So shouts to this movie Mo Money. Starring David Wayans and Stacey Dash, and I remember seeing this in movie.
Wow, I forgot about my money.
I believe Marlon Wayans is in that too.
Oh, that's cool. It's a 5.5 out of 10 on IMDb.
Mo money.
That's because those people don't know what they're talking about.
They don't really. Yeah, that is a white. That is a white judgment.
Mm-hmm.
Black movies in the 90s, they wasn't there.
They wasn't ready for that. They weren't ready for that.
They weren't ready for that. This is wow. I don't like the way that. All right. Anyway.
God.
Shouts to do-rags, especially the silk ones.
Especially. Especially the ones with the dollars and the fire.
Ooh.
Dragon Ball.
Yo, the dollar, technically the ones with the dollar bills on this called a money rag.
Oh. Well, there you go. Education here on BlurdDotRadio.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
This is what we're going to educate you about.
I always wore the blue silk do-rag, personally.
I have a blue do-rag in my bag. I just realized that.
Yeah, there you have it.
It's not like they can see my hair. I haven't worn it in a while.
Shout out to that Cavassier I was drinking all day today. And shout out to everybody who loves everybody. Shout out to Black History Month. Celebrate Black History Month.
I feel like it didn't do well this year.
Yeah, no, it didn't hit. Those McDonald's commercials didn't hit like they used to.
there were no Sprite commercials.
There was one, the Sprite Ginger, but that was more so for black fashion.
We mostly got boneless.
Yeah, we got boneless thugs.
There you go.
Yeah, boneless
These
thugs.
are actually pretty good, but they ain't got no bones in
it. It feels like they're laughing at us. Inadvertently.
Message. Get that money.
Hey, yo.
But get that money,
History Month. Get Bone Thugs and Harmony to do the bonus.
If we could collectively stop drinking beer out of straws, that'd be great. But
Who does that?
Who does that? Is that a trend that's happening now?
I'm gonna put myself in this, and I say we.
That's a 2020 trend.
I said
I'm gonna start drinking beer out of straws just because you said that.
Wow. I said we.
Well.
DJ Alucard.
Shout outs to Rhymefest. Shout outs to T Spirit. Shout outs to the Microphone Misfits. Shout outs to Black Thought. Shout outs to Ron Kabashi and Micah. Shout outs to the Synergy Project. Shout outs to Mike DeVille and everyone who makes great music here in this lovely city of Chicago. Shout outs to Pusha T and Rhapsody, who showed so much love.
Yeah, you was chilling. Listen, you was bumping elbows. You was looking fly in your Adidas tracksuit. You was super cool at All Star Weekend.
Moving on up.
Man, trying to do big things.
He ain't invite us to nothing.
All I got was a free hoodie.
Yeah, I mean, I did rack up on some free stuff for All Star Weekend. Crown Royal, shout out to them.
I'm being quiet about the whole thing. You know, you gotta let things happen. Also, shout outs to Liz Cambridge as well too. She's dope. We're now Instagram friends. Yeah.
Hardest working DJ in Chicago.
Hey man,
DJ Elokari, he's everywhere.
Seriously.
Yeah, man. All right, yeah, that's it. Oh, and shout outs to my family and my mom who was here this weekend, man. That was so great.
Yeah, that was your
so
mama.
tight.
Your mama looks fun.
It looks fun. Your mom looks fun.
Hey,
is that what he just said?
Who is about to be 68?
Yeah, she doesn't look 68.
Yeah, it's crazy. All the people in my family, man, just don't.
Yeah. Look at that, staying young and.
Come on now.
Your mom looks like she runs.
She works out.
I like her legs.
No.
Rhymefest
like
before
she
Steve digs two people of a hole.
Leave my mom alone.
What's she cooking for dinner?
Where will she be?
We're gonna be. So I'm gonna be your stepdad.
St. Louis, right?
Oh, God.
Goodness gracious.
Oh my Lord.
Disrespectful.
Rhymefest the Great.
Yo, shout out to Mike on the microphone. Shout out to Steve. That's Mrs. Jones. Shout out to my man like Atari. He's back. That's Elokari. Shout out to my man and his many comic books he give me, and his name is Kenny, and I love my people. That's all I can think. Yeah, it's a sequel.
Drop.
No, Eagle. Illegal. It's legal.
No, ain't
like
never been no written freestyles on BlurdDotRadio.
Just know that's about to be a drop.
So man, yeah, I want to give a shout out to. I forgot her real name, but to me, she'll always be Rolona. She died from Good Times. She also sung the theme song of the Jeffersons. So when you hear,
about that.
So when you hear the Jeffersons theme song, that is Rolona.
Nice.
To a deluxe apartment in the sky. That's Good Times.
Somebody told me that. Yeah.
I didn't know she passed away.
Yeah, she just passed away last week.
Monday.
Yeah, so big shout out to her, man. We gotta, and when we talk about Black History Month, we gotta recognize the people that really we grew up with that made a difference in our lives, not just back in the day. And so she was in my living room, in my heart, and she was the finest woman
Dubois.
forever.
Jeanette Dubois.
Think about that Black woman, Jeanette Dubois. Like, dope. Shout out to her, and shout out to the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. I didn't think it would be as good as it was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Thank y'all for trying.
Y'all, thank y'all for trying in the world that don't try as hard.
There you go.
Amen to that. Amen to that. Seriously.
Yeah,
Kenny, what you got?
Shout out to First Day Comics. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to Rhymefest.
Yes.
It's been a while since I've seen you, so it's good to see you all love.
Always good.
Shout out to my guys, Nerfic Strangers, my boys Jerry, and wow, names tonight.
It's hard.
It's hard.
Names are hard.
Names are hard. Really but shout out to our boys from Nerfic Strangers. You can catch us on our podcast. New episode dropping on Tuesday. NFS Strangers on Twitter and Facebook. You can catch me doing my picks of the week every Wednesday. We didn't do one last Wednesday because we had to get out of there a little bit early. But we do picks of the week in First Day Comic Book Store. Usually they drop on Thursday or Friday. Check us out on Facebook and our Instagram page. Look for picks of the week or POW.
Nice.
Pow. Yep.
Dang.
Thank you for listening to BlurdDotRadio. BlurdDotRadio. We are on every Sunday, live on Q4 Radio and on our YouTube channel that doesn't have an easy web address. 7:30 to 9:30. No, it doesn't. It's like UCP.
You just look up BlurdDotRadio on the YouTube search bar. It comes up first.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Just search for us, baby.
It's almost like somebody named the show something very unique. Next week, Fess, you're supposed to be on next week?
Am I?
You and Rich Jones.
See you then.
Rich Jones told me he's not gonna make it.
Oh, come on now.
Rich.
Hey.
What?
Need a stand? Wait, I can't do Sunday.
He had to go to California.
Well, that's fine. Slang said he could maybe do next week. He also said he could do today. Actually, shout out to Slang because
I know where he be.
He's got some family stuff going on.
Okay.
But you know, maybe he'll make it with next
Yo,
week.
I got a question. Most of the rappers that come on, are they at least comic literate?
I think so. I don't think we've had a. Well, Steve and Elgin. Steve, you've been doing it since the start.
Yeah, there might have been one.
Yeah, I don't think we've had.
So most rappers are like comic literate.
Yeah.
For the most
And
part.
literate means like you read some books, you understand storylines.
Most rappers
beyond the films.
Mm-hmm.
Most poets, rappers, artists don't leave the house.
Yeah, so you do a lot of reading of comic books or poems
or watching television or something.
Yeah. Again, the reason I started the show is because I realized a common thread between a wide number of people, and they're blurds, BLURDs. So yeah, not many rappers. And when you think about the general connection between hip hop artists and comic books, like there are so many comic book references in bars throughout my entire life.
You know that's where how Kanye and I wrote the song Power. Like I was talking to him about comics, and I was like, "Yo, you really need to know about comics." I was like, "So if you had a superpower, what would it be? Like, what would you?" And then he was like, "Man, if I had a superpower and the beat was playing, he's like, the world would just be like Malcolm X and be like, no one man should have all that power." And then he was like, 21st century, man. And he was like, oh, snap, we got one, Fest. And I was like, oh, there it is. That's how you do it. Good old conversation about comics.
Hey.
Leads to hit songs.
There you go. So, you know, kids, next time you...
And we got totally different rap. One day I'll play from Kanye where he was like, you know, if I had... you know, my power would probably be my clothes, or my power would be, and he was exploring his powers until he just flipped the whole rap to something else. I'll play the old one day.
Yeah, I actually remember you played that for us. That
remember,
was hot.
yeah, I did play that for you, didn't I?
Your first adventure you guys had when we were upstairs, and the
First Day Comics gets all the untapped goodies.
I'll say this. There is a anime called My Hero Academia. And there's a character named Best Genus. Now, the story of this world...
What? Oh, my God. He absolutely is Kanye.
The story of this world is that all of a sudden, at one time, everybody on like 80% of the planet was just born with a superpower. So there are people with useful superpowers to fight crime, and then there are people with superpowers that like are useful in an office. There's a guy named Best Genus who wears jean everything. I don't remember what his power is.
Best Genus.
Yes.
But
he
wears jeans up to his nose.
Yes.
And I am telling you, Kanye wore something
Denim
that looked
Dan.
exactly like Best Genus.
Yes, it's true.
And somebody made a meme that said Kanye out here dressed like Best Genus.
Yes,
so
it's hilarious.
Maybe his clothes really are his superpower.
Yeah.
Yes,
It could
that's
be.
dope. They
It could
made
be.
him $1 billion.
There you go.
Amen to that. There you go. Riding trucks down.
Really quick, Fess, is there anything about the album you want to let people know?
Well, man, yeah, you know, no. It's coming out. It's coming out this year.
Get in the
you
marketing
know,
mode.
yeah,
Get in the marketing
bro.
mode.
I'm the worst at selling anything, bro. They're like, okay, Fess, you got M&Ms in your hand for $1 a piece. Are you selling? I'm like, well, you want a pack? Like, bro, you know, selling things is like, I kind of had this new thing where I almost feel like the minute you realize what your power is or your gift is, and you start selling it, you've betrayed it at that moment. And so
everything that you're selling is a lie.
Almost, yeah, because then it becomes work.
Yeah.
And then your gift becomes
you have
not.
to change it
job.
depending on
Yeah.
who you're talking to.
I have so much fun rapping that now the biggest fear for me is I have a great album. I wrote a dope book that's going with it, and yes, I got to go sell it. And that's a whole nother world from where I've been in the last 15 years.
That's the ad right there. That's your sell. That's the sell. Listen, that came from the heart.
I'm not selling you this.
There you go. Listen.
But it
Do
is
the
for
opposite.
sale.
Yeah, but it is for sale. See?
But I ain't selling it.
Yo,
I give you the game. Love lessons this summer. Not for sale, for sale.
See? There you go.
Wow. Look at that.
There it is. See? You're welcome. See?
Thank you, sir.
You've been listening to BlurdDotRadio. You're coming back next week?
Yes.
All right.
If I can.
Kenny, you said you cannot come back.
Yeah, C2E2 is next weekend, so I will be neck deep. Yeah, I know it's really early this year, so I'll be neck deep in nerd stuff.
Friday and Saturday,
thought this was
I'm
nerd
going to be in
stuff.
a wedding.
Yeah,
I mean,
Well,
this is, but
I'm
like,
gonna come back
I haven't
Sunday.
even thought about it.
Yeah, it came out so fast. So fast.
If I can pull up
Yeah.
in C2E2, I'm gonna pull up.
I'm gonna try to.
If I get an extra one, I'll let
It's
you know.
funny, I'm
Make it
always
happen.
in Cleveland.
Oh, you
during
gotta
the
rate-
day.
Why don't you guys dress up anymore, man? I dress up every time I go.
still do, but I just don't have the time. Like,
I've
cause
never done
they
it. I
moved
hate
it up
costumes.
earlier because I have so much other stuff I do. I don't think like unless I could just throw something together real quick. But like,
Do we still have a costume lady?
I don't think so. Cause we haven't gotten masks in years, dude.
The one that made my Black Panther suit?
Yeah, cause they made the mask too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we do. I'll ask James, cause like we've been trying to get more masks in the store, so
Okay.
I'll let you know if that happens.
Thanks.
Yeah. Is there a certain mask you're looking for?
No, I'm gonna get a suit lady.
Well, you will not know it's Rhymefest. It's C2E2, but go.
It's like mystery singer.
He might just pull. Remember Lupita Nyong'o when it's the Pink Power Ranger? Nobody knew it was Lupita Nyong'o.
Really?
Yeah.
She was like dancing around people.
Oh yeah, like she was having a good time.
Nobody knew it was her.
Yeah.
So you could do that.
I asked her. I remember I was talking to her one time. I interviewed her. I asked her.
Flex.
I said, no, not really. When you hear the end of it.
Yeah.
I said, so you don't have a problem with playing a slave again? Or playing like another slave movie and being a slave in a slave movie? She got irate.
Ooh, yeah.
Upset. How could you ask me such a question? And I'm like, because a lot of people out there don't like slave movies.
Yeah.
Like,
you
know what I'm saying?
Not,
and sometimes there's a problem with like black people that get big and famous off being the slave.
Yeah.
So you never thought about that? And she hung up.
Oh, you on the phone? She hung up on you.
I hate to say this, but her Pink Ranger outfit is kind of trash.
That's interesting though.
This from the guy that dresses up as the Green Lantern in
Hey
tights.
man,
Pocket
at
con.
least it's the actual outfit.
So she just questioned you and didn't like give you an answer? Because now I'm like,
I never got an answer. I mean, it was so insulting to her.
Yeah, like it sounded like it was
that
just,
I would ask that question to her.
But it's a fair
That
question.
that
I think
she-
I think
you
it's
know
a
what
fair
I'm
question.
I also don't think the new movie is going to be specifically a slave movie. It looks like it's going to be like, what's the book where somebody in modern times gets snatched back to slavery? And they have to figure it out.
Wasn't that like
Octavia Butler? Was that an Octavia Butler book?
I think it was.
Was it Kindred?
You know, nobody ever gets
think it was
time
Kendrick,
traveling
though.
slavery right.
I don't think there's a way to
I've
get.
only seen it happen.
I don't think there's a way to
short-lived,
get time traveling slavery right,
You can
bro.
get it right,
I don't know
man.
if you
can
can,
get it
bro.
right.
Maybe Bill and Ted
There
like
was a-
saved the
Put that on
slaves, but that's about it. Literally.
I can't remember the name of it. There
Yo,
was a short-lived 2 years ago. There was a short-lived NBC series.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Where Fake Chappelle was in it.
Yes, I know you're talking about.
And
Who is Fake Chappelle?
You'll know him when you see him.
Type in.
You'll know him
Type
when you
in
looks
Fake
like-
Chappelle.
I know
Is it
exactly
Bokeem
what you're talking
Woodbine?
about.
And they went back to a time period and they were getting out the time machine. He was like, yeah, no, I'm just gonna stay here.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
He didn't get out?
No, I think he had to get out because he had to help him,
Yeah.
but he had to like.
I think that's like the first episode because he was like he knew like I don't belong here.
I can't.
I can't. Like he
I just
yeah.
can't. Like, and yeah.
I don't care what the cause is. Y'all do.
And he say the show didn't last long because it was like that first episode because I think I saw that too. It was like it was like the black guy
remember
couldn't
the
get
name
out
of
of
it.
the time machine.
Hey,
It
I'm
was
gonna tell
just-
you. I'm gonna tell you something dope. You know what really helped me through my childhood was Quantum Leap.
Hell yeah.
Because I used to,
Yeah.
whenever I got in trouble, whenever times was hard, I used to pretend like the dude quantum leaped into me and had to figure it out.
Yeah.
So it was never me.
Talking to Sam.
And I always, I would talk to Sam like, Sam, but what do you mean? I
Yeah.
can't. This guy's life is crazy.
Yeah.
And I'd get through that rap battle.
Nice.
Because I'd be like, I just quantum leaped into a rap battle with
That's
Juice.
incredible. Yeah.
Fez, can I ask you a question since you brought up rap battling and nobody's kicking us out?
Sure.
Eminem.
What about it?
You beat him.
No, he won.
Did you win? I thought you.
Have you seen? He became Eminem.
No, I mean like
I'm here tonight.
He was gonna beat Eminem just from being
Like-
white. Like that was it was gonna work.
He won.
But like
I thought battles meant your life changed.
at one point, I feel like they did. But in that particular battle, like was it difficult? Like did it?
No, because people are only afraid by the programming we have of anything. When there is no programming, you walk into it and you do what Bruce Lee called flow.
Mhm.
So I go in there and I'm just like, you're just another rapper. Like, you're really good, but I'm from Chicago.
Yeah,
like I'm gonna flow. Now, had I seen 8 Mile first,
been nervous.
I might have been a little like that. You know, they say that 0.2 seconds that you take to try to figure it out is the 0.2 seconds it took to lose.
Oh, wow.
That's why you must flow.
That makes sense.
Makes sense. That's deep.
Yeah.
Bars from Rhyme. Anybody got anything else, or do we want to go home?
Well, I enjoyed that though.
Yeah. This is definitely one for the record book. This is our
5.
And it's funny to say this sentence, our best Rhymefest appearance. Like the fact that we got Rhymefest appearances at all is
I'm going into selling mode now. I gotta be here a lot more.
There you go.
New album
coming soon.
Wow. This soon.
Love Lessons.
Love Lessons.
And it's a book called Love Lessons?
Yes. The book is Love Lessons Part 1. The album is Love Lessons Part 2.
Ooh. Dope. So listener at home, how many people did we got on YouTube? We had 1. 2. There it is.
Hey.
All 2
hey.
of you. Check that out. You've been listening to BlurdDotRadio, BLURDDOTRADIO. Catch us again next Sunday, 7:30 to 9:30. Catch us on SoundCloud, Facebook, Instagram, Giphy, because I made some really good gifs on that page. Yeah, that's what we got. Love, peace, hair grease. Go read a book.
Hey man, now that weed is legal, I don't even want to smoke no more.
That's you by yourself, brother.
That'd never be me. But I'm still gonna support my local drug.
Hey, that's great when you always get a little jokey joke going.
Right.
BlurdDotRadio, 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 BlurdDotRadio.